Just as said penis before we went live.
Everyone knows now.
They'll never know the context.
There was none. He just said there was none when he said it either.
Yeah.
Contextless penis.
It's its own context.
Don't say gag. Never mind. I'm digging a hole over here.
What we doing?
Digging a hole.
Digging a hole. 6 feet.
16 tons.
In absolute silence while I get into character.
All right.
Justin, are you trying to get into character?
It's too late. I'm already in character.
Who's Justin?
The secret is I'm always a character. Justin is a character.
So, when we last left the party, you were attending a small little soiree at Lady Ravencroft, or the Ravencroft castle and keep, and you had an exceptionally unfruitful discussion with Lady Ravencroft in an attempt to convince her to commit her troops to the war against the vampires and the vampire aristocracy, and to, just in general, just stop being a piece of crap, because that was more or less how you guys felt she was acting. She disagreed, and after Locke cast prestidigitation and made the food taste awful, as you were leaving...
That was petty and great.
Yeah,
that was.
Karma, fate, I should say, or Lady Taiki, decided it would be fit to ambush you with spectral beings, ghosts, or ghoulish creatures of some sort. Incorporeal monsters started assailing you and the party. Yeah, and it was all badness. So that is where we left off. So in the room, why is that? Oh, this thing isn't open. Hold on. I don't know why it's not. Is it earlier?
All right, gang. Time to fight some ghosts.
You know what? I'll do everyone a favor and I'll track initiative.
So,
I'm not there.
as you stand there and kind of take notice of the room around you, you see that these ghostly figures, these ghastly abominations of what were probably humanoids at one point, are just kind of like fading in and out of the ethereal plane into the material. And after one that's kind of floating over the main dining table, like drops the just now deceased, like I guess what would that be? Trying to think of a specific word. Anyway, so the corpse. Yeah, so this corpse just hits the ground with this thud. And it like kind of just turns and looks at the three of you, and you can see its mouth just like is unhinged and just kind of unnaturally elongated, and it's dead, just lifeless black holes of eyes just staring straight through you. And there's a chill in the room as it becomes uncomfortably cold through the entirety of the chamber, and you can actually see ice begin to like just form in small sheets along the floor and up the walls. And once again, deep from inside the keep, you hear that same wallowing, wailing scream just echo out through all the chambers. And as the guests and other nobles and Lady Ravencroft are trying to get to their feet, the guards, everybody who is down is trying to move away from these figures. And one by one, these spectral beings are just grabbing them and draining the life out of them and leaving their corpses on the ground. They're, once again, everyone who's standing just hits the floor, screaming and writhing in agony, trying to cover their ears to evade this scream. And then you, on the other hand, seem unaffected at the moment.
Where's Lady Ravencroft?
That's what I was just gonna say too.
She's about 5 feet behind you guys. You're in about the center of the room. That's about where you made it. Center of the dining hall chamber before this all started happening. Because Locke was like prestidigiting the food on everyone's plates and stuff as you guys walked by. So these beings are just like floating in and out, and they're not completely stationary except for the one that seems to be hovering above the dining table as it's kind of moving around, trying to, it looks like it's searching for other prey to just tear apart.
I mean,
I think we should get her out of here.
Right, I think we need to save everyone. What am I thinking? I'll reach and I'll pull my pendant off of my neck. I'll hold it up above, and I will cast Turn Undead. It's not really cast. I guess it's activate, use.
Pray.
I'm going to turn undead. I'm going to invoke.
Invoke
turn
is
undead.
a
That's
good
a
one.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Invoke.
Yeah. So I'll hold it above my head, and just say, "Alatrari, be the light at the edge of the darkness and protect everyone here." And then I'll just close my eyes and concentrate on that.
Okay. So, you raise the light to invoke, and there's a spark of brilliant light, but then it is crushed and faded.
Whoa.
As you reach outwards, the light of Alatrari is completely suppressed by some other looming darkness that comes into the room from down from the rafters and just snuffs it out in your hand, crushing it in place. Make a Arcana check for me. Both of you, actually.
Fuck.
Decent at that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You got put in your place.
Who has inspiration, by the way?
Every time.
I do.
The four of you, right?
I do.
Yes.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I think everyone.
I think everybody.
Everyone
shares
can say
as
last
well.
one.
Yeah.
So you might need to spend these tonight. So do so.
What is 2? 5 years?
No, I earned mine. I'll happily give it to you at dire moment.
Almost.
From this angle, it looked like
Try.
you got it.
if it just
I will-
disappears and
If
I
that would have came right back at my face, I'd been really upset. I'm just saying.
What's our lucky number?
Ooh, lucky number. 3.
Hey, we'll forgive you this time, but kobolds are meant to be neither seen nor heard.
Yeah.
Back to the dungeon with you.
Back to the dungeons with you.
I appreciate that. It's funny.
So
15 on
15?
that there Arcana.
13.
13. What was cast was a Dispel Magic. So, coming from somewhere, the spell was cast as soon as he began to invoke. And kind of looking and tracing the magic itself, there's somebody else here in this room who cast the spell. But you can't identify exactly where it came from.
There's someone else here that I think is in charge of all of this.
So Lady Ravencroft grabs a couple of the guests that are nearby, and she just turns and says, "Run!" and directs them towards the back rear stairs that she came down from. "Head to my chambers and gather the rest of the guards." And she turns to you all. "Well, what are we doing? My gods are incapacitated, and you seem to be the only ones available."
Sure, and as you don't like to fight, you may as well leave and get to a safe spot.
More than likely, and find my material weapons of no use against such beings. And you can see like the ghost kind of like fading in and out of the wall, and everybody's just like, it's pure panic in the room, and people are just scrambling to find wherever they can to put themselves into in the hopes that these things just pass by them, like tucking themselves in the corners, underneath the tables. So Lady Ravencroft takes your advice. She says, "Okay, send anybody else that you can get out of here. As soon as the threat is done, just send them to my chambers, and I'll just assume that the blood hunters will be on their way shortly then."
I think maybe it would be best if we all stayed together, though. After all, these things can go through walls.
I have wards and protections in my chambers. They shouldn't be able to pass through.
I would get there as quickly as you can then.
All right then. And she just gets up and starts to leave. And as she turns to head towards the rear stairs, you can see one of the ghosts kind of fixates on her specifically, just boom, immediately, and starts drifting in that direction.
As soon as it starts drifting towards her, I will throw let's start with a chromatic orb at it.
Okay. So it turns from her as soon as you begin pulling the power from the weave to cast the spell, and it looks right at you and just starts rushing towards you. So we're gonna roll initiative. Alright, let's go.
Initiative. Ooh, 20.
20?
The bad guy.
20's the bad guys. So,
What was I saying, my bad guy?
bad guy group, numero uno. Also, don't forget we should have a laser pointer around here somewhere.
We do.
Um,
yeah, I was using it as a bookmark, and I realized why that's not very
Ideal.
not much forethought there. I would say.
So, as the apparent wraiths begin to come forward, they also start reaching out towards, like, pointing towards dead bodies and desiccated corpses. Desiccated, that's where I was looking for earlier. Desiccated corpses of those that they've already feasted on. They begin to raise their spectral bodies, which kind of float up and start moving towards you all as well. But the first wraith moves straight towards Locke,
Come on.
and the next one straight towards Ulthion. And rolls an attack on Locke.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my arcane deflection as a reaction to increase
actually,
my
its attack's no joke.
AC by 2.
So it gets 20 to hit, 21 to hit,
Oh, that's still gonna hit.
and then
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, how we gauge how nice it'll go.
Nah, we'll be fine.
so it hits you with its life drain as it reaches out. An unnatural necrotic energy kind of courses through your body as it touches you.
Now, hold on.
So you take 27
Ouch.
necrotic damage, and I need you to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Well, now hold on.
Party aren't there, so that
PTPK. Partial total party kill.
No, it's an almost total party kill.
It's a Constitution, right?
Yep.
Oh boy.
That was way more exaggerated than
yeah, this is literally. They can't really hurt me that much, but I also can't
What
really
was
hurt
the
them
DC
that
on
much.
that?
DC 14.
Got me.
DC 14. So you fail?
I certainly do.
So your hit point maximum is now reduced by 27.
That's awesome.
Oh!
And that was the
Was
wizard.
not reduced by your hit points.
Yeah, exactly. So as it touches you, you only catch it just at the last moment, and as you turn to defend yourself with your arcane deflection, it goes straight through the plane, appears on the opposite side of it, and just reaches into your soul automata, and you immediately feel like this energy just pulled from your body, drained. This blue electrical light just comes pouring out of Locke into this wraith, and you actually see it like ethereally disappear down where it's like its neck and tubes would be, and just dissipate into its body with like kind of a flash. The second one attacks Ulthion. Same thing. Ooh, and another 21 to hit.
Barely hits.
So that's going to be 17. And a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, please, sir.
Use the Altrari's resilience and take some of that. Mitigate some of that damage through my magic armor.
Yeah. Awesome.
Jesus.
Maybe.
On my mic. I rolled a 6 on the die.
Mhm.
And what'd you say the saving throw?
DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
20 on the die.
Oh!
You also, Azek gave you auto pass a saving throw. So
Awesome.
I think that counts to your next one, or is
We'll
it?
apply that to your next saving throw.
Thank you.
Since you rolled
Yeah.
I
already.
appreciate
Since you
the
rolled
mercy
already.
of the dungeon master.
Thank you,
my
Azek.
patron.
No, we'll reward that roll. Yeah, so that ends the Wraith's turns then.
16. Next
And
one?
and so that makes it Katarina's
Oh, so
turn.
that's me.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's
Yeah.
you, Katarina. So you see the specter just begin like coming straight down, floats down the staircase from like across the banisters and just like, drops onto your position, and like these jagged ethereal teeth and mouth just open wide, and these claws just begin almost like elongating towards you as it's just coming in over the top of you.
All right. Well, if these things are gonna be doing a lot of, okay. So when the fight started, I said I was gonna do chromatic orb, so I'm
Yep.
still going to do that.
Yeah, that is how we
So-
started the engagement.
Yes.
that's
So I'm
true.
gonna do my chromatic orb.
Okay.
And that's a natural 20.
Hey!
That's legit. Natural 20s all around. All right. What's this? What's
Exig
this
also
thing?
grants inspiration to Katarina.
Ooh, thank
Ooh,
you.
Yeah.
Good. Use the
Okay.
temporary one before you use your regular inspiration.
Yes. Ooh. Oh, chromatic orb is a lot.
Use
of
your store
damage.
inspiration first.
That's a lot of damage.
That one does not go there. That one goes there.
Fuck you.
Okay. That
That's fair, I
is.
guess.
Oh gosh, I can't do math. I'm too excited.
So what do we think, Justin? Is it working?
Is what? Overall, I think so. I think it's looking pretty good.
The box does make it.
Yes.
31.
What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think this looks awesome?
So that is 31
31?
points of. I am going to say that this is. It's cold in here, so we're gonna do fire damage.
Yeah.
Exig also granted a crit to Locke.
Ooh, jeez.
Ooh.
Pika said, "Oh, spicy," with a question
So,
mark.
Oh, that.
Lilith's in the chat. What's up,
let's
Lilith?
see. Lilith, we love you. Thank
That's
you for being here. Yeah, so you just it's moving towards you, and you just get this bit of fire in your hand, pulling it from like the torches nearby. All the embers and sparks build in, and then you just throw it straight center mass, and just eviscerates the spectral being and just destroys it outright.
Nice.
And erupts in flame, just kind of sparks out of existence, and there's this scream, this screech as it disappears.
That's sick.
Nice.
Okay. And for my bonus action.
Okay.
I am going to summon my hound.
Okay.
Out of the shadows. I'm gonna say, we need to find whatever's leading these things and try to summon him and target. Oh, it needs to be a creature I can see, so that's not gonna help. Actually, I guess I'll just send it towards the one that Ulthion is fighting, so he can get some flanking. Because I guess
So if you want to, you can summon it to the board and have it do the things as usual, or you can set it to make wisdom perception checks every turn to try to find the source of the dark magic.
Ooh, I want to do that. Yes, I want to.
So it is going to have to come onto the board,
Yes,
though.
absolutely.
Okay,
So where do you
perfect.
want them summoned?
I'll put him.
Has to use his wisdom, by the way.
Yes,
So you know.
his is probably better than mine.
That might be the case. But
If
just
I was
wanna make sure.
wise, I wouldn't be in this situation.
Let's put him over here, like by the door,
Okay.
so he's kind of like backed up against a wall and can hopefully see
more
everything.
than one.
Okay. So, there are groups. I'll just say that there are groups of people, and I'll actually just use D6s to represent where groups of people are huddled. So
Okay.
there are people hiding here. There are people hiding underneath the table.
Is that how many people, or is it doesn't matter?
No, it's
Okay.
it's just
The,
they're just
the
right
number
there.
does not
Just
denote
eight
anything.
And are people.
Okay.
So if he gets within 5 feet of these, he can do the check to
okay.
check them for the dark magic.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so then I need to roll initiative for him.
For doggo,
Yeah.
for best doggo. Yep.
For favorite doggo.
For best dog.
Who's a good boy?
His is a 9.
Me, I'm a good boy.
Oh, speaking of, hi Sasha.
Hi, doggo.
She heard us talking about doggos.
Yeah, she's like, who's the best doggo?
Well, I'm the
Exactly.
best dog.
Okay, so he'll be in initiative 9.
Who's
Initiative 9? Gotcha.
And that
9!
will be
9.
my turn. I'll just
Hey,
tell
how's
him.
my microphone picking me up there, Kobold?
That would be
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just tell him.
I'll
Stop.
check-
So,
Should run this building.
I'll check right now.
Last week it was pointing downward while Joe, who was much taller than you,
Yeah.
was standing, and it picked him up just fine too.
Okay, just double checking.
yeah, so I'll just tell him. Start searching for whoever's casting magic in here. You know, besides us.
And he just growls. Sure thing, my lady. Alright.
Sweet. And that
So
will...
on his turn, he
Ooh,
will
got
make a
dark
wisdom
in there.
perception check
Yes.
when he's within 5 feet of any one of those markers.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, that is it for me. I'll just stay where I am.
Well, I can shocking bolt the one that just attacked me.
Of course you do.
Obviously. I got a 27 to hit.
Go. There we go. 27 to hit, that is definitely a hit.
I rolled some garbage damage. 8.
8!
8 whole
8!
lightning
That's,
damage.
dude, not great.
Not good for 3d10.
Oof. That's way worse than I thought it was.
Ooh, yeah, that is not good
Yeah,
at all,
3d10
dude.
gave me an 8, everyone.
Oh no.
I'm off to a strong start.
Took 27 damage, did 8 back. This is not a good
As the
return.
elemental damage strikes this ethereal being, you can see that it very quickly just runs the course through it and just dissipates on the other side of it.
Neat. That's what we love. Alright. Well,
It's definitely what I love, dude. Just saying.
I have no meaningful bonus actions, so I will just wait. That ends my turn.
Make it ghosties.
Ghosties.
Ghosty pack 2.
So-
Whatever monster's at 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And then I need to know when's the top of the order, as
I
usual.
will. I'll let you know.
You sound great, by the way.
The specter
Thank
moves around.
Not willingly.
Goes through the pillars and comes up to Katarina and tries to attack her.
Oh,
Let's go.
Snippity snap.
Alright, so.
Do a barrel roll.
Ooh, and that's a critical.
Oh.
Ooh.
So
Oh, which, by the way,
I have
sorry
like 4
guys,
of
I'm
them.
a rules lawyer. You do have like
I
3
know.
or 4 of them. Okay.
I know, I got them right here listed. I've got them.
Good thing I'm
So,
resistant to necrotic.
that's true, because 6d6 is a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a lot, isn't it?
So that's going to be... It's going to be 24 necrotic damage, and then I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
That is a 15.
15, nice.
So then 24 reduced to 12? Or- Just 24. Did you like...
you just take the
reduce it
24.
Oh, even though I'm resistant to necrotic?
Well, yeah, you take that reduced by half.
Oh, so I take 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What I'm saying is you don't take the life drain,
Gotcha.
Mm.
but you still take the full effect of the damage.
I did.
Right. I didn't know if 24 was halved already or not.
No. Oh, no.
Okay, sweet.
I don't normally half those numbers for you guys. I just give you the full numbers. You can half them.
Sounds good.
You got time.
Yeah, because otherwise there's
Um,
miscommunication.
yeah.
So it just
That
like
makes sense.
drifts in and out of the columns, goes around Ulthion, and just comes straight up to you. And you, at the last moment, you feel this, both these hands like pass through your body, and you see the ethereal hands just come through the other side, and it starts just trying to pull your life force back out of you. But you turn, look it in the eyes, and it just immediately falls backwards out of you, and drifts out of your space a little bit.
Back up.
All right, so that ends the Spectre's turn.
And that makes it. Ulthion.
Ooh. Okay.
Ulthion.
Wait, is
So-
it Doggo's turn?
Oh, the doggo.
Doggo.
9.
9. Oh, I didn't have
Oh,
it.
the doggo's definitely before me.
Yeah, then Doggo. Then it goes Doggo, then Ulthion.
Sweet. Okay, then he will go to this first group of people nearest
table?
That's a
to
table.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sniff
and
out the
start
magics.
searching. So let's see. His wisdom is better than mine. Okay. Oh, that wasn't very good.
Plus 3.
Oh, but for perception, it's got. So that was
Yeah.
only an 8.
An 8? Okay.
Yeah.
But he does actually have a skill in perception, so it's not just a stat.
Gotcha. So 8. All right.
Yeah. Not very good.
So, with everybody under there, he's just going person to person. There's like 5 people under there, so he just goes one at a time. But
Mhm.
he isn't finding anything yet.
Okay. Cool.
And also for future, remember, then probably won't apply to this.
Ah.
And so when Doggo's done, it's Ulthion.
I don't think you should call him Doggo. He is a terrifying shadow creature.
He's cute.
Terrifying Doggo shadow creature.
Anyway, still holding the holy symbol in my hand, and trying to stay out of the grasp of this creature, I'm just going to, oh, dang it, I don't know what to do. Okay, I am going to just squeeze it in my hand really tight to the point where it's basically causing pain, and say, I don't know who you are, but you can't match the might of the Seldarine. And I'm going to cast Aura of Life,
Okay.
centered on myself, so it's within 30 feet. It's a concentration spell. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with me, centered on me. Each non-hostile creature in the aura, including myself, now has resistance to necrotic damage. But more importantly, your hit point maximum can't be reduced.
Whoa. Yay.
And any non-hostile living creature within 30 feet of me regains 1 hit point at the start of each of its turn. Oh, sorry. At the start of its turn in the aura with 0 hit points. So you can't die while you're in my aura, but I'm not healing you.
Fair enough. Unless we're ripped apart. Yeah.
So after I say that and then hold my hand up, this glow, similar to the one we saw when we were fighting the vampires, as I'm casting the same spell, starts to pulse and then emanate around me.
Nice.
That's gonna end my turn though.
Nice. All right. So, like, this flash of brilliant radiance kind of stops the ghost or the wraith in its tracks, but then it just continues to move right forward, right towards you.
Brings us to the top of the round.
Top of the round. From another one of the dead bodies, another specter arises, being pulled upwards.
Oh no.
Once again, you feel the tug of the weave as somebody is casting a spell, and it comes up right next to Cat.
Excellent.
Ooh. And that starts off with ghosts number 2.
Alright, so the Wraith, first one, attacks Locke again, and I'm going to use one of my DM crits.
Oh! Oh shit!
Okay, I won't waste a shield.
This makes sense.
Thanks for saving the spell slot, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm
thanks
about to
for
go
the DM crit.
unconscious.
Depending how much damage is done,
well,
you may go dead.
Based on the no, that's not.
If your maximum hit points
If my max
is
hit
reduced to
points
0,
goes, then yes, I'll be dead.
yeah.
God, if it goes down by a certain amount. Okay, so question.
What?
While he's doing math and getting ready to murder you, so let's say this attack hits you and does 34 points of damage, and it drops your overall health by 34, but that damage carries over what it should be. Does that instantly kill you?
Yes.
Well, you have to go negative health, your max health.
That's
Seems
why
like
I'm
a
asking.
really
Yes, but
meta
you're
question to ask in the middle of combat.
I will.
It's because he's doing things, and
if
this may lead to his
it's
death.
a little irrelevant. I will handle it. I know when I'm gonna die.
It's soon.
It's possibly soon. I was hoping to get at least one, good hit out there, but
So, 45 necrotic damage.
woo!
So I
Close
need
call.
DC 14 Constitution saving throw, please.
Damn,
But I don't
son.
wanna.
No,
Damn.
you're gonna.
Oh
Holy
jeez.
cow.
And I'm resistant to the necrotic damage, so it's half of that.
Oh, you're resistant?
Yeah, because of his spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
As long as I keep concentration up, we'll be okay.
That's a good, handy spell.
Constitution.
Saved our lives in the last fight too.
Which, let's hope you pass the con check on the crit that's coming to you next.
On the bright side,
So how much damage was it? 40?
45. No, 48, sorry, because I have to add 3.
48.
So 24.
24
Yeah.
plus 27 is
3.
Why are you this way?
Nothing.
61. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a good point. I will pass the
plus
saving
27 would be 50.
throw.
He has an
Concentration
auto-
check's not a saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, you're right. 51.
not.
Jeez.
Locke did just get an auto pass saving throw though.
Nice.
Are you gonna use it?
Should.
He should.
I'm not gonna tell him how to run his character, but you should consider using
But
it.
this would be a good time.
Don't spit in the face of our fans.
So this time, I'll allow you to use it this time, but technically, because you're taking so long, it should be for your next saving throw.
Wow.
But we'll allow you to apply it this time. Because
No, it's fine.
dividing 48 by 2 should be pretty easy.
No, that's not what took me so long.
Oh.
I updated my health.
Oh, okay.
Because he needs to know what he's gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, I just needed to know you were done.
No,
Oh,
I was
I was wrong.
removing my health.
Concentration checks are saving throws.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine.
That'll stop your health from being reduced, but not from taking the damage.
Well,
It'll hopefully prevent me from dropping the spell, but yeah, it's not going to stop the damage.
it's fine. We're done. I got hit and I took the damage.
Gotcha.
You need-
All right.
Yeah.
Still standing.
So,
Still standing.
Still standing.
Thank you
So-
for the half health, or I would be,
Yeah.
I would be done, probably.
Well, and you're immune to any hit point drain now too.
Yeah.
So you take damage, but
Oh,
you're not
that's
losing
right.
maximum hit points anymore.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That spell is literally designed for these encounters.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
once again, it like reaches straight through your magic, your protective barriers, and just grabs onto your soul automatic. And this time, you feel a waning, crushing sensation, like in your mechanisms, as parts of you start to fail. All right. So the next one, you use the crit on Ulthion. So it reaches forward past straight through your magic, rushing at you, and just slams into your body, and you feel the full weight of this necrotic, deceased soul just bear into you, almost like it's trying to possess you. So,
I don't like that either.
let's see what the damage comes out to be here.
Oh goodness. Goodness gracious.
But the app doesn't want to crash on what that is.
They bought me a
42.
critical.
Which comes to 45 after adding 3.
I'm going to use Alatri's resilience from my armor for the second charge there.
Nice.
1d10 minus Constitution, so it takes 4. I take 4 less damage.
Better
so that's
than-
41?
better than nothing. Yep.
So the DC's 21.
Yep.
Oh,
Which you have an
my
auto
gosh.
pass saving throw,
Well,
right?
I think
I
it's
do have an
20,
auto-
It's 41 cut in half. You round down.
Oh.
Sorry, I wasn't
Yes.
trying to mess you up.
Yeah. Well, you did. No.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
So the
Oh my
DC
God,
is 20.
yo, fucking.
I can either choose to use the auto pass or roll, but I can't
Yeah.
roll and then choose after.
Yes.
Okay. Then I auto pass this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So as like it slams in your body and begins to push back, you say like a gentle prayer, just a couple of quick words for Alachari's blessing. You activate the armor, and it throws it back like 10 feet out, and it just kind of slowly glides towards a drift towards the back of the room, up above, and just starts coming right back down at you again.
Ooh.
All right. So that ends the Wraith's turns.
All right, bringing us to Katarina.
So I only have 2 auto crits left.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do,
Oh, there's gonna be.
because at least one of us needs to stay standing no matter what, is I'm going to cast as my bonus action Tasha's Otherworldly Guise.
Those guys are otherworldly.
They are.
So you guys have seen this happen before, but
Oh.
I'm gonna call on the power of the upper planes for this one. So shadows are gonna swirl around my feet and kind of envelop me, like a mixture of shadows and light. And once that fades, I've got some spectral wings on my back, and I am immune to radiant and necrotic. I'm immune to the charmed condition. I have a +2 to my AC, and my weapon attacks are better.
Yeah.
So there's my bonus action.
Gotcha.
And then for my action, I will go ahead and twin spell a shocking grasp on both of these guys that are next to me.
Okay.
Sweet. All right.
Let's see what you got. Roll
so
away.
For the first one, oh, that's not very good. That's only a 10 to hit.
That's gonna be a miss.
And then the second one is a dirty 20.
Ooh, dirty 20.
That is going to be a hit.
So on the one that hit,
Where's that laser?
that is going to be 14 points of lightning damage.
She has it.
Was there a
How much? 14?
was there a group of
Yes.
civilians in this corner? Can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Group of people, yeah.
And then I'll sort of turn back to my friends. Are you guys doing all right? And that'll be my turn.
So this otherworldly shadow and light just kind of gently envelops her, and these spectral angelic wings just kind of straight rip out of like her back and cast this shadow forward, like looming like large in the room. Overall, like all the shadows kind of disappear for a moment and then just reset as they retract from her, but leaving her in this otherworldly powerful form. And she casts Shocking Bolt from both hands, and unfortunately one of them fades into the ethereal and you just barely miss it, and the other you strike with the shocking grasp, but it just runs right through the body, almost like going through the veins, and then just dissipates out the other side.
Dope.
Nice.
Alright. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Dope.
Okay.
I like it. I like what happened.
Neat. Well.
Go strong. Yeah.
Locke raises both hands, and an arc of lightning goes between them, and then more and more start to build up until he's holding like a beach ball sized ball of lightning that he releases. And I want to cast a storm sphere kind of in this area to hit these two.
What's the total radius?
It's a 20-foot radius.
20?
Yep. So I want to kind of slam it against the wall as much as I can.
Okay.
Try and get it.
There is a group of people hiding in this corner, just to let you know.
Well, shit happens if it happens.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll mean a lot to their family and friends.
Well, shit happens.
Lightning. I'm gonna try not to hit them. I'm not.
Yep,
like,
I got you.
insane.
That's why I'm asking what the radius is. Okay. Yeah, so you're trying to hit the rear two specters, basically,
Yes.
and nothing else. Gotcha.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that can be done with a 20-foot radius.
Cool.
Mhm.
So I do that. They need to roll a. Let's see. What's the saving throw? Strength saving throw. And my is DC 17.
Oh, yeah, they fail.
All right, they take. Fucking 8 bludgeoning damage. God damn, guys. 2, 2, 3, 1. Yeah,
Oh, no.
they take that much bludgeoning damage as the storm around them starts kicking up plates and stones and whatever else is loose in there and flinging it around, charged with electricity.
That's weird.
Yeah, and
I never
then
noticed that before, but Tabletop Audio doesn't have a lightning spell sound effect.
really.
Yeah, which is weird.
Lightning sucks.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action. to-
Everything but lightning, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my bonus action and my automatic critical to
Ooh.
send a bolt of lightning from the center of the sphere of.
Is this something you can roll a critical on?
Yeah, this is the second part of the spell. It's an attack.
Okay.
A lightning bolt comes out from the center of the storm and hits the one in front of me.
Gotcha.
Or
Hopefully not a bunch of ones.
oh god, that would be hilarious. 1d6. Which level?
So the specters took how much damage?
66.
From me?
They
No, not
took
from
8.
you.
Oh,
They
sorry.
took 8. 8
Bludgeoning?
bludgeoning. So, you know, do with that what you will.
Well, I assume it's magical bludgeoning, so.
Six. God, roll better. Roll better. Oh, do you want me to roll the damage dice twice, or just double it?
You can roll them twice if you want, crit.
Why not?
You can do it quickly, that's fine.
Yeah, I just did. I rolled worse. So the total on that would be 37 lightning damage
37.
on the one in front of me. As the room just fills with sparks and wind, and then a bolt of lightning shoots out from the center of the storm and slams into the one nearest to me.
We round down, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Alright. Alright, so as you cast the spell, you turn and look, throw the lightning ball, like, out, or the like arc of lightning, you like take it and you throw it into the corner. It floats over there, stops, and almost like a Tesla just reaches out and starts striking every service within reach, and latches onto the two specters and shocking through them. And then there's a blast of like thunderous sound that pushes them like into the ethereal, sending them out of the room, and then they come right back. After that, the bolt comes out, strikes the one in front of you, and just grounds straight through the ground, but doesn't seem to have much of an effect on it.
Neat.
Whoa.
Ghosts go after Locke. And then horrible undead monster doggo. Or ghostly
Horrible
horrific
shadow.
power shadow thing.
Okay.
Horrible shadow, good boy.
Look how cute he is.
Super
So
awesome.
now it's the
dog.
specters, right?
Yep.
Okay. Which you can just call them specters if you want to,
Specters.
because that's what they are. Alright, so
Nice.
after getting hit, you can hear like a voice on kind of on the almost on the air itself moving through the room, and you pick up on it, and it's directing them. When that voice,
I'm also concentrating.
when you hear it, the specter turns from you and just immediately goes to Locke.
Ooh, good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That makes sense.
Oh no.
And then it attacks with advantage.
Oh no.
So 22 to hit.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. No, honestly, shield wouldn't help me out here. So, nope. Wait. Hold on. I'm concentrating, so I get +2, +5. Hope for a shield.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
Concentrate on.
Concentrate. I'd be 21, so no, it's not enough. Yep, I got hit.
Alright, so
Fuck.
you take 11 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
5
Oh,
necrotic
boy!
damage.
I'm gonna look at his character sheet. Oh boy!
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he
You
can't
have
be
just
drained
damage, right?
anyways, but I need him to roll anyways.
You have just damage though, right?
No, I didn't.
We'll have it.
I just did.
Gotta
Half it.
Have it. Like a baton twirler.
Got a bad bit.
Woo! Got a 20 on that.
Dope.
Nice.
Woo!
Yay!
Pass.
Ooh, this is fun.
My palms are sweaty.
So,
Knees
the other
weak, arms
specter
are heavy.
Come on, spaghetti.
moves
Sweater
around
already.
to Katarina's front, spinning around you,
Oh, I'm surrounded. That's awesome.
I can't keep this spell up.
and it
It's not gonna help. It's helping now, but we're all still gonna die.
I need to
We need
attacks.
What are we gonna do?
We need to find whoever's doing this.
Did you just roll another save? You did.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Keep
You rolled
my
well.
concentration.
Alright, so that's going to be 16 to hit, Katarina.
Oh, 16 to hit me?
Yep.
Just in case.
Yeah. Yes.
16, so 9 necrotic damage.
Reduced to 0
Yep.
because I'm immune.
Yeah, so as it like latches onto you and attempts to drain you, it can't, and you can see that it doesn't look necessarily confused, but it suddenly becomes kind of passive and just turns to ignore you and look straight at Locke.
Ooh, that's so good.
Shit.
And then you hear that voice kind of going through the room, like moving throughout the pillars and stuff again.
And it feels kind of ubiquitous. Like
Yeah.
I can't tell where it's
Yeah,
coming
exactly. Just drifts through the room, echoing off of the columns. Alright. So, that ends the Spectre's turn.
from. I think it is his turn. Okay.
All right.
Doggo is gonna come over. Could I have the laser pointer? Thank you. He's gonna come over to this group of people
Okay.
over here, and is gonna try to listen to see if he can tell who's casting spells or ordering them around.
Okay. Alright, perception check, please.
And with his keen hearing, he gets advantage on perception checks for listening.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, baby.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
20. So, as he goes over there and starts like looking for and smelling for the dark magic that's being used to control him, he can hear the voice and he catches it moving around the room, but ultimately it's not coming from this section, and he like turns and looks towards the last corner of the room.
Okay. He's got a lot of speed, so he should be able to. Maybe he'll at least start heading over there for this turn, because he's got 50 feet of movement.
50?
Yeah.
So it's 25 feet of movement he used, so he can get here.
Okay, yeah, he will do that.
Battle cam's coming right back up, folks. Little error in the system.
Sweet.
For some reason, it decided to disconnect.
Oh, we've been
Alright,
switching
and-
between battle cam and normal cam all night anyway.
That will be his turn.
Alright.
All right, Ulthion's next.
That's me.
Followed by
Followed by the
Oh
top of the
my
round.
gosh. Okay. The one in front of me didn't attack me?
It did.
That was at like the top of the round though, because
Yeah.
that was a wraith, not a specter.
Oh, that explains why it almost bodied me. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna glance back at Locke and Katarina. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. And I'm going to. I'll cast. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Oh no. I'm going to cast. Where's Locke? He's not within reach. Oh, he is within reach.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I'm gonna reach my hand over and put it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you see my ring of Sehanine just glow. 27 hit points from level 3 cure wounds.
Woo!
Dope.
Ooh, dang.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm just gonna stand there and concentrate on my spell.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That brings us to the top of the round.
no.
So,
The race.
the top of the round. A creature comes through the ceiling
What?
and drifts down into the room,
Good. All right.
and you immediately recognize its twisted figure and face as a banshee.
Oh no.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
Shit.
we're
And
so
You the air in the room just begins to like anything that's noise just suddenly becomes silent, like it's being pulled in for a deep breath, and then a loud scream just echoes through the chamber. So I need everybody in the chamber, all three of you, to make. Let me pull it up here real quick.
Constitution.
DC 13 Constitution saving throws, please.
baby.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, I failed.
What?
Oh,
Constitution
no.
save?
I rolled a 4.
Oh
my
no!
God. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no!
I'm freaking out. I haven't even rolled yet. I'm freaking out. Okay.
You should use inspiration or something.
I have inspiration.
Katarina has inspiration.
Oh yeah,
Can I
fucking,
use it
I'm
after
using
rolling? Like,
Your regular inspiration you can. Like your
The coin?
actual
My, like,
the
permanent
coin, your
this
permanent
one?
you can, but
Absolutely.
not the. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Nat,
I'm gonna roll my first one. We'll see.
I rolled a 3 on the other
Oh!
one. I failed.
cashing it in.
Yes.
Roll again.
Roll again. Roll
Cashed
again.
in, worth it.
Yeah, you got a 17.
Well, I got a +2 on that.
Oh,
right now,
oh, oh.
too.
Oh yes,
You
I got a
cash yours
16.
in to roll it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta pay the tax collector.
Can
These dice are no good.
I think
They'll
I'm
just in
double
a
on them.
fire.
No, we're
am I no, I can't
The
hand
rule
these
of
off.
thumb is
No.
if we're there, we can.
If
but
you're there,
we're
you
not
can't.
there.
Oh yeah. Patty, how are you inspiring her with? Yeah. Okay, that makes
She
sense.
hears a voice in the distance that just
She goes, I just.
Ah!
She goes, what will Godric think?
Yeah.
What would Godric say?
Godric is gonna miss
Okay.
me so much.
Okay.
So
Oh.
you two passed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to feel
Ooh.
con saving throws.
You both take 17 psychic damage on
Woo!
success.
Oh my gosh, that's the success.
Yep.
Okay.
Katarina, on the other hand, you see her look up. The whale comes down. You see blood come out of her ears. This look of horror comes across her face, and she just passes out and drops to the ground, 0 hit points.
Oh no.
Oh!
Unconscious.
Oh damn!
Oh, this is actually really bad now
Yeah?
Oh,
because
no.
on. Oh no.
With an almost slow motion thud, her hair like falls back and hits on her shoulders, and she drops everything she's holding. Did that spell require concentration?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see the visage of like the holy light and shadows just disappear. And the dog, if you go unconscious,
Dog sticks around
I actually-
until it fulfills its purpose, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. But I just want to make sure because some stuff disappears when you do like spiritual weapon.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It hasn't happened before. Let me check. Okay, the hound disappears if it is reduced to 0 hit points, the target is reduced to 0 hit points, or after 5 minutes. So he stays.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
All right.
that'd be crazy. He's
And-
running
So
towards
he-
the other
And
He's
my
running
like
towards you.
strength of the grave doesn't do anything because it
Yeah.
wasn't damaged. Ah.
Yeah. So he like
Oh, no.
comes. You see the dog like this. You're like looking towards Katarina. You look over and you see the shadow of the hound just kind of run and jumping and kind of floating over there. And it stops and slides in place and turns right towards her and just stares at her. Then the banshee like just retracts and floats back up into the ceiling, and you can
Oh.
almost see this streak of straight ice like running along the walls and up at the ceiling, following where it's going as it moves to another part of the room. So
Oh.
you guys have 3 more rounds until it comes back.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
I agree with Lethal. Mom's spaghetti.
That's just. Oh no. That was at the top of the initiative order.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that then it's the
The wraiths.
race
Right.
after that.
So now you can pick up on this voice and you hear it, and immediately like your divine senses just kind of point you in a direction, and you see that there is a kind of plain clothed person with a mantle that's kind of wrapped up in the corner, and you can see that he's like looking outwards, and it's very, very, very subtle, but his lips move, and then the wraith immediately just looks that direction, looks at you, and just lunges at you, trying to rake you with its ethereal claws. Okay, so it makes an attack.
Oh, I need to roll a concentration save real quick.
Oh yeah, the 10 psychic damage.
Mother, I do too.
It's a pretty solid roll there too.
Okay.
So that will be 31 on a 17 to hit.
17 misses.
17 is missed. Awesome. So as it like claws at you, you like use divine light in your hand that gathers there to kind of just like push it away and like almost hand-to-hand combat, just kind of pressing away its attacks. And each time it's reflected, it just kind of growls and becomes more menacing. You can see like the taut, like destroyed, desiccated skin just kind of like moving, almost like there should be something behind it. Then the second one lashes out at Luck with advantage.
Well, I'm gonna cast the shield.
So that's gonna be 25 to hit.
Motherfucker. Fuck.
I'm gonna activate my Blessing of Olatrari and subtract 10 from that attack.
Okay, awesome.
That'd do it.
Whew. I was like, wait a minute, I've been waiting to do this all game, but you keep critting on us.
So that puts it at what, a 15?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, 15 to hit.
Well, I'm good then.
So your magical barrier comes up, it starts to go through it, and then there's amplified by this blast of holy magic, which just like repairs the spot where it's trying to come through and just reflects it, pushing the wraith backwards. All right,
Thank you.
all right. So that ends the wraith's turn.
So, the audience has just interacted with the game as
Oh,
Lethal
no.
Lilith has used $5 towards 10 HP for Katarina.
Nice, awesome.
Yay.
Starting Katarina's turn.
So, am I up to 10 hit points then?
Yeah.
Nice.
You get 10 hit points, but you also have 1 level of exhaustion because it went down.
Good to know.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah. So disadvantage on ability checks.
So that makes
For
it
exhaustion.
Katarina's turn, right?
It sure does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you very much,
God.
Lethal Lilith.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your support.
Mm-hmm. You are awesome. You might have just saved Katarina.
And,
Or
yes.
endangered her because she's
Yeah.
a target again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess the
my
first thing
gosh.
I'll do is use half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. And
Oh, she's also activated 40 for legendary luck.
Oh, damn! Somebody does not want to see you guys die tonight. Somebody recognizes how dire this very simple undead encounter is.
this
What'd you
got
do, luck
real
to?
bad.
Gives
Ever-
all of you luck.
Everyone,
Yeah.
One luck
everyone
die.
has 1 luck die now.
Okay.
And I will
Ooh, that
fucking
is
bank
very
that
good
bitch
to
from the
know.
corner.
Yeah.
I'm just sleeping going, I feel lucky.
Okay.
You're right. I'll assume it happens to everybody in the party, regardless of whether they're in the encounter.
Oh, you can also take it from me. I'm also fine with that. If you
Meta
take,
Mike over here, everybody.
if you take it from me, I'm gonna go.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel pretty witty and gay.
Hey. I like that song.
Okay. I don't. Oh no, I don't even know.
Panic.
Yeah. Okay.
What were you gonna do before you got knocked out?
That's a wonderful question. Okay. I don't even know what I can do. So many.
We'll
of
lay
my
on the ground
things
recovering
are-
for a round.
Lay on the ground and recover for a round, huh?
That's not gonna do.
Okay. I will.
Say hello to your dog. It's okay.
Suddenly
I-
becomes, he looks extremely concerned and comes up to you and like rubs his head into your hands.
Yeah, I'll kind of give him scritches for a second, and then I'm going to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to I do have it. Okay, I want to come around to this, like to the other side of this pillar, so that I can hopefully get both of the wraiths in a line, because I should be able to like stand over here and get them in a line in front of me.
Stand where?
I think, like on the other side of this pillar over here. I can like not really get this one. Like right here.
It's the pillars in that space. So you can't
Oh.
stand in that exact corner. In order to get them in a line, you'd have to come around this way.
I can do that. I'll do that.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah. Put you here.
Okay. And then I'm going to use
Is it
2
good?
of my sorcery points to cast Agonazar's Scorcher and hit both of the wraiths.
Okay.
Nice.
Good deal.
So the quickened action lets me do it as a bonus action since I use my action to disengage.
Yep.
That sounds handy right
So-
about now.
They have to make Dex 16 saving throws.
Dex.
Yeah.
So the first one, 18 on the die, and the other one, 23 on the die.
All right. Well, they will each take 7 points of fire damage then. That is already halved from 14.
Gotcha.
So, not much, but something. And that is gonna be all I can do.
I know.
So what does Agonizer's Scorcher look like?
So I'm going to summon some more fire from that torch behind me and just send it just like a column of fire comes out from my hands and envelops both of them and doing less damage than it looks like it should.
Yeah, the fire seems to like only spatter against their spectral forms and like flicker out, but it does make contact, just not very strong contact.
All right, yeah, that's it for me. Oh man.
So it's locked and the specters are on deck.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna take a risk here, folks. I'm gonna take 1 attack of opportunity and line up so that I am behind the one that attacked me initially.
I think you'd be invoking 3 attacks of opportunity there, bro. There's 3 of them right on you.
Well, I mean, like in the corner between the two.
If you leave the threat space of any of them, they all have attacks of opportunity. Just to let you know. You're within 5 feet of them. You can't be avoided no matter which way you go.
Well then, fucking never mind. I'm gonna do a. Is Katarina? Is anyone other than enemies within 5 feet of me?
Ulthion.
God dang it. Then I'm not gonna do that either.
This is not like, sorry, Ulthion. Wham!
No, I'm not gonna do that. But I am gonna still. If I can only hit one, I can only hit one. The specter that is attacking me, I'm going to send him some hate.
Gotcha. Hate.
Yep.
Send the hate.
Alright, I'm just going to use Shocking Bolt on him.
Okay.
But I'm going to empower it, which will add 5 extra force damage.
Gotcha.
16 to hit.
16?
Mhm.
16 does hit.
Okay. Much better. 27 plus 5 is 32.
32?
32, 5 force. 5 of that is force.
Boom.
Nice.
Destroys it.
Oh my
And-
goodness.
And then with
Boom! Just with a strike of force and lightning, and just completely shreds this ethereal being in just like these parts that kind of flutter out like shredded paper and then
Right.
just disappear.
Alright, and then I will use my bonus action to use the bolt of lightning from the storm sphere
Okay?
to attack the one behind Ulthion and me.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit,
24 hits.
66 damage. That is 23 lightning damage to that one.
23 lightning damage. Damn.
So, Locke looks back at the storm raging that's behind him, and holds out his hand, and an arc like Zeus. He just grabs the bolt and just throws it at the one in front of him,
Oh, that's sick.
and then grabs the end like a whip, and then swings it around and slashes the one behind him,
Nice.
and then
Oh,
it
that's so
disappears into just sparks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
Making it the Spectre's turn.
So like as you turn and cast and get rid of the one specter, the other one like tries to jump on you, and you can actually feel like its claws and necrotic energy like touching your body and like pulling on you and trying to like just pull you to the ground as it reaches out to attack you.
Sweet.
With advantage still.
Armor class while I'm concentrating is 16.
So that's gonna be
And I'm gonna use my reaction to cast shield.
so it's gonna be
21.
Yeah, it's gonna miss with a 17.
Oh, good thing.
Nice.
Good thing.
So it's like clawing on you and pulling on you and tries
So-
to like bite into you.
I pull the lightning whip into a thing, and then it just spreads out into a shield.
Alright. That ends the Spectre's turn.
Alright. Moving on to Shadowhounds.
So I got 21.
All right, he's gonna head over to that last group of people and try to sniff out who's doing this.
Okay. Perception check.
18.
18. So he gets over there, and then everybody in the corner just kind of like is looking around because nobody else can see him, but he fixates on somebody and then continues to like howl. Just starts howling.
I should have killed that group. They
Probably.
begin bludgeoned to death right now as we speak.
Yeah, they should be.
All right, awesome. Good to know. I
Stupid
assume that the
mercy.
perception check is his action, so that will be
Yep.
his turn.
Yep.
But that person is going to be his target, so next time he can start attacking them.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Alright. That makes it Ulthion's turn. Hopper around is next.
Right, well, you have your spirits and I have mine. And in the darkest moments, Glorindel wrought forth the honored dead of his devoted. And I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians
Nice.
and summon a whole bunch of undead elves in golden gleaming armor to flit around the entire room and start attacking these specters.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every enemy within 15 feet of me has to make a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
or they're taking 6d8 radiant damage.
It's a great
The save DC is
The
15.
Spectre fails.
Do you want to grab it?
The Wraith
No, I have 4. The 6 I made.
passes, and the second Wraith
Yes. How many do you need?
also passes.
So I'm gonna need.
So the Spectre
3.
fails.
3.
Roll on your new beyond. It's so handy.
Okay. Ooh, those are pretty good. 31 radiant damage to the specter that failed. So that's 62 radiant damage if they're vulnerable to
Vulnerable?
radiant, and then 31 to the ones that passed if they're vulnerable. Otherwise, it'd be 16, 15.
So the Spectre, including a whole bunch of other ones that are in the room still assailing people, just are destroyed as the Elven warriors like run into them with their weapons and just cut them apart. But the Wraiths, on the other hand, both still alive as they begin to they actually battle with the elves attacking him, and you can hear the sounds of claw and steel striking one another, despite the fact that there's nobody physically standing there. And they just flutter in and out of the room, striking as the race continue to try to assail both Locke and Ulthion. Like, you can see them turning and like coming back and getting pulled by the elves themselves as they attempt to defend you.
That's sick.
Go.
My aura did drop, though.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so we're not resistant to necrotic anymore.
All right, top of the round.
Top of the round.
I know.
That could spell my doom.
Doom.
So, because of the presence of the spectral ghosts, I'm not going to spawn more specters this turn as the elves are defending you all and battling the dead as they're rising.
Hell yeah.
So,
Sweet. That's so cool.
This actually really worked out since I'm at the end of the turn. At the beginning of these creatures' turn, they're all gonna be susceptible to the spell again. Since it's a new round.
So the race will go, and then they got same save, right? Wisdom.
Yep. 15.
Ooh, they both fail.
Amazing.
Do it. Yeah, that's a good sign.
33 is the normal damage. So 66
Hopefully.
if they're vulnerable to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 radiant damage. Do what you will with that.
Gotcha.
Ooh, man.
That's
Miles.
pretty good.
That's good.
That's awesome.
My dead elves are pretty powerful.
Lashes outwards at your face, but its hand is cut off by the spectral sword of one of the elven warriors, and then it's cut in half down the middle, and it just kind of explodes
Oh.
and disappears.
Oh my gosh.
So,
And just there's like a gas bleed, just like last breath, like
Oh, man.
as it dies.
I love it.
Okay. The other one though,
Uh-oh.
still alive.
Ooh, that's a tough wraith.
Oh no. I still. Yeah, oh, that's right. My turn hasn't come back. I still have a 21 AC.
Yeah, that's good.
Come on. Come on, shield. Don't let me down.
Whose turn is it?
Oh, it's
It's the
the
race.
race.
It's the race, right?
Yeah.
And then Katarun is next.
So, the wraith, like there's a glow, like a soft yellow glow in its eyes, and it kind of looks at you, looks over towards a couple of the dead bodies, and like in this almost like floating kind of aggressive way, just kind of spins around like it's leaving, but then turns right around and lunges straight at you and just tries to go through your body.
Go to hell.
Tried to sucker punch you.
I'm trying to juke ya.
And let's see. I'll use another DM crit.
Ah!
Oh,
So
no.
much for that 21.
So,
It's really not nice.
He's been saving him for this.
Oh boy, that last one was enough to.
I'm so happy I healed
so
you
as
right
it
now.
pulls
Yeah.
into your soul automata,
Uh-oh.
it wraps into you. You guys see his locks enveloped by this wraith as it starts just reaching almost down through his head into it. And you start seeing all this light in this aura, this bright energy being pulled out of him. And you actually see a solid white-like orb in its grasp. And it starts like cracking
That's
underneath
my
the
soul.
force of the wraith.
Not yours.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not resistant to the necrotic anymore. Oh no.
I'm just going to do it this way because it'll be faster.
That's gonna kill you. Oh shit!
I really hope our cleric has
so-
revivify.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't keep it.
He doesn't already. He doesn't already yet.
So 40 necrotic damage.
That's that, friends.
DC 14 con saving throw, please.
Are you at 0?
Yeah.
And if he fails his con save,
What's your max health right now? Or
52.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
So
Still pretty bad.
the saving throw hit point maximum is reduced by amount equal to the damage
Oh, no.
taken. This reduction lasts until the target finishes the long rest. The target dies if this effect reduces it to hit point maximum to 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That my. Yeah.
I pass.
You got a 22.
Ooh, nice. So strong pass.
Good.
Do you still drop unconscious?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Wow, yeah.
Well, bam. So
I'm
Locke
still
just
just
goes
a wizard.
unconscious. This thing is literally holding his like soul, and you can see the light is like pulling away and trying to return into the cavity of his body.
So I definitely try and reach out for it, and
Mhm.
as I do, that's when it just lights out and I faceplant. Just like ugh.
Bam! Bah! Solid metal strikes the ground and rings throughout the keep.
Well, at least I won't bruise.
And you can see active resistance as the wraith is like pulling it and trying to drag it away. It actually takes its other hand, puts it underneath, and begins pulling the light towards
Oh
it.
my god.
And its mouth begins to like elongate and drop open wide, and like it's trying to eat it. This black mist starts leaking out. All right, so that ends the wraith's turn.
Alright, that goes to.
Okay.
Next.
So the
is
dog
Locke.
howls, and you can't see from where you're standing what he's looking at, but you
Uh-huh.
can. He's howling at you, and you can hear him saying, "They're over here. They're over here. They're over here," and he's just repeating it.
So we can't actually understand the hound. Only she can.
Only she can.
That's neat.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
Okay.
Do what you gotta do. Burn them all.
I'm on my way, but first I'm going to throw a chromatic orb at that last wraith, and then I'll head over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Big Whammy's known that one.
That's
Wasn't
a
that one?
15.
That's a hit.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Hurt it a little.
So that's gonna be 17 points of fire damage.
Boom! You eviscerate it, engulfed in a
Yes!
blast of light and
Oh my
fire. It just burns away, and you see Locke's like that light. His soul just automatically just right back into his body, and there's like a thump in the floor, and then the wraith just dissipates with a shriek.
Which works out great because Lilith also gave you 10 hit points.
Whee!
So
Oh,
that's
no.
yeah. So that's a wonderful.
Huh? Oh, did
Oh,
she?
she took
Oh,
it
she
back.
Oh,
Never mind.
that's fair.
My bad. I didn't see that. All right,
Gotcha.
and then I'll run over to where my hound is pointing.
Towards the
To the
hound.
corner.
Yeah.
Like a straight line or down and through.
I'll go on the other side of the pillar from him.
To get you to about right here.
That works.
So as you come around the corner, you see that huddled in there is like 5 people. 4 of them look very much like they have the aristocratic clothing, and they look like they're at their station and their level and their clothing. But the other person who's hiding behind this cloak sees you come around the corner and stops what they're doing, drops the cloak, and immediately begins casting a spell.
Counterspell.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you let's see, you used
Chromatic.
chromatic orb. Correct?
Oh.
I did. Can I not use counterspell?
Counterspell's a reaction, right?
Yeah, it is a
Then-
reaction.
then,
yeah, you can.
you can
I just
do
wanted to
that.
make sure
The
you
limitations
didn't...
on bonus actions.
I was just thinking about your meta magic. I wanted to make sure you still had a reaction. So
Oh
yeah.
yes, I haven't used my reaction. Okay, yeah, I'll counterspell at 3rd level.
So the counter spell, if I am remembering correctly, should.
If it's a 3rd level star
Dissipate
lower,
it.
it's auto.
That's what I have to
Yeah.
check.
And then above 3rd level, you gotta roll.
Yes.
10 plus the spells left.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah. So you cast counterspell, pulls out the weave, yanks the magic that's coming together there, and just immediately puts it out. And then the person just panics for a moment, but they're still just standing there.
I'm gonna
And I'll stick
keep
it
like my hand out towards him.
Mhm.
Who the hell are you and what do you want here? And that's gonna be my turn.
All right.
Alright.
Oh no. Lock.
Move
Death
on.
save. No. Yes.
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 Mhm.
Death save.
Crap. I don't want Lock to die.
All right.
She heard death save and just, oh.
Oh, poor fella. Oh, we
Is
get
it dinner time?
That's a pass. That's a pass, friends.
Yay!
Yes,
Hell yeah.
18.
18 solid.
I'm happy that I can see your rolls.
I don't fudge rolls. You know?
No, I just mean I'm happy that I see it because you tend to just say if you passed or failed.
That's
Yeah.
true.
People probably want to know what that number is.
They do. This is a holdover from my DMing. I just don't roll on it. It's like it's
Mm.
You either made it or you didn't. Whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. I guess that ends his turn, making it the Spectre's turn.
Got them
If there's any
sweaty
Spectres.
There aren't any.
palms.
All right, moving on to no shadow down low.
Little shadow down.
All right, he's gonna take a bite out of that guy.
Rolled it.
Seek and blow.
Rip off his legs.
Okay. This one.
Hold on, you're on deck.
It was so close to being a 15, but it's a 5 instead. So that's a 10 to hit.
So 10 to hit.
Yep.
He's unarmored, maybe.
If I was just a little bit closer, he'd have advantage, but. Do the other party goers count as allies of my help for the
Yeah.
purposes of pack tactics?
They do not.
Darn.
So, so he runs over there. You direct him to attack, and he just jumps forward and like right past the other patrons, who have now like kind of moved aside and are like looking at this individual. This kind of like short hair, cropped individual with like these. He's got like a couple of pock marks on his face, and the dog bites onto him, and he just yells out in pain and is like pulling his trying to pull his arm out of his mouth.
We can just get him.
Ulthion is next.
Ulthion is next.
All right, I am going to keep my eyes peeled around the room for this banshee. I'm going to take a couple steps back and basically straddle Locke's downed body,
Okay.
but I'm not going to cast anything. I'm going to hold my action for if this banshee reappears.
Okay. Yeah. So you can actually see the signs of it and hear it, like soft moaning and crying going through the walls. And at one point, you actually see its claws, like clawed hands, kind of just come through the wall, almost like as if it would be dragging them across them,
Mhm.
and then it just disappears through the wall.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just ready. I'll ready. I have to ready a specific action, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dang. Okay.
I'm gonna attack it. So I'm gonna cast XYZ spell.
Okay. Then
Oh,
I'm
spells.
going to ready a because I'll lose the spell too, huh? I'm gonna ready.
Oh yeah. If you're concentrating and you hold a
Yeah, if you
reaction,
hold a spell, it
you'll be
takes your
losing your
concentration.
concentration.
Even if the spell's not a concentration spell?
Yep.
Correct.
Really? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, I guess I'm not holding a spell then. All right. Then I'm just gonna I'm gonna heal Locke then.
Sounds like a good idea.
I am
Um,
into this idea.
Yeah, he's like, I'm down,
I
bro.
approve.
So I'll use a third level cure again. I'll just reach down and say, "Back in the fight," and 27 hit points.
Bam, bro.
Nice.
The level of it.
Yes. We're both very tired now.
I'm just sleepy. Even though you don't know what that is.
You know.
I feel like for some reason,
All
I
my,
feel terrible.
Elven, I'm not within 15 feet of the other guy, so all my elven spirits basically start forming like a rank and file around me.
How long does that spell last, by the way?
Forever.
Forever?
It's concentration based, but it
Yeah.
lasts up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
100 rounds.
So in combat time, forever.
Forever time. Yeah.
Yeah, forever time. you know.
Alright, so if that ends his turn, that
Yes.
brings us up to the top of the order.
Okay, gotcha.
100 rounds of combat. I'd be exhausted.
Also in real time, how long do you think that would be?
12 hours.
So the figure looks at you, and then there's almost like a shimmer on the face, and you see, instead of a man with a pockmarked face, you see a woman looking back at you.
Currently, all of the specters and wraiths
Oh, there we go.
have been destroyed. The banshee's floating around somewhere.
Check, check, check.
Yeah.
The people who have kind of moved aside, one of them points and says a name and says, "Sambard, is that you?" And a couple of people look extremely surprised at what they just saw. But the facade just continues to pass away, and you see what looks like a wizard in the corner, in just wizarding robes, these dark, like red robes with like black trim. And she says, "If you thought that you were gonna come and take my invitation without a fight, that wasn't gonna happen.
Nice.
Come bring all of your friends to the Tower of Bats, and you'll meet your demise. Until then, I await." And then she touches her ring and casts a spell.
Counterspell. Is she casting another spell?
Well, you already used your
I'm
reaction.
conscious.
But
I
that's 'cause she just
counterspell
tried
it.
to.
I do
That's
it.
because she just tried to.
So
What?
She can
is
do
she
another
bonus
one?
actioning a spell?
Or
Well, I
activating the
counterspell
magic
it.
item. Yep.
Yeah, you.
Ring of spell storing.
I punch her in the face. I don't know.
Can I attack with a nose punch?
From 15 feet away? I don't think so.
Want to throw my hand at her?
Throw a
Well,
box hand at it.
if she's casting another spell, I guess I can't do anything about it.
I want to counterspell it. I want to.
You're conscious.
I am conscious now. Okay. Yeah.
Can you counterspell a magic item?
If it's casting a spell.
Technically.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to this question, I'll be honest.
Spell, you should be able to. Right?
If it's just an effect, it kind of gets a little wibbly wobbly.
Yeah,
I don't know,
depends if
DM.
it's
Can
activating
you
the-
counterspell a magic item?
Yeah, I think if it's activate if the
If it activates the spell,
yeah.
effect itself, a spell, like, let's say, Fireball, then you counterspell Fireball technically. But if it's an effect of a magic item that isn't a spell,
You have to
Then you
dispel
If it's
you
an
have to
magic.
effect,
dispel
then
magic.
No, the exact words are: you attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell.
Yes.
So if it was like one of those rings that lets you cast like another spell of third level,
like a ring of spell
Huh.
storing.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Huh.
Like if you were casting a spell from that, I think it would work. But
Yeah.
So
But
there's
yeah,
a.
if like the wording of the item says it lets you cast this spell once a day, then I would.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like be the DM here.
Mhm.
I would rule it as yes, it would work. But if it has but if it's just an effect, then
It's a very fair ruling.
thank you. I'm a fair DM.
I'm a kind and loving
Yeah,
DM.
I think it just depends on the wording of the item. But that's up to you. I can't
How
tell you
about
what to do.
he attempts to counterspell.
Yeah, we'll find out what happens in a sec.
Hmm.
Yeah, because.
Let's see. You don't need line of sight, do you, Locke? To cast counterspell?
Yes, you have to be able to see the creature that's casting.
So.
I'm prone.
Oh, you can't even see her anyways. Never mind.
You know
It's
what?
a
I
moot,
don't
moot
want
point.
to be famous.
I hear it and I turn around
Yeah.
and I hold up my hand and I hit the pillar going,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, it's a moot point because she's in the corner. So,
Damn it.
huddled against the case of books. So, yeah, I didn't even realize the pillar was right there. So, you cast the spell and it strikes, well, actually, counterspell doesn't even really work that way in my opinion. Okay, so the spell goes out and you turn to look and you're leaning to try to find where it's coming
I'm
from.
scrambling on the floor and pushing myself along, but
Um,
I'm injured and I just kind of stumbled.
actually, I'm just gonna walk it back anyways and say that you have no idea this person's even doing this. You're not even aware of them.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
you were
So-
kind of behind
That
that
makes
pillar,
sense.
huh?
Yeah, you're not even aware that this is even happening because she's talking to Katerina, and over the sounds of everybody else and the hurried, yells and tones of all the other innocent people in the room.
Silver lining.
Yeah, you can't
didn't
think
lose a
about it.
spell slot.
That's true.
So
Yeah, it was going to be a high
there's an envelopment of mist that kind of just shrouds the body, and then she just disappears from the spot.
I'm gonna.
The mist takes a form and just vanishes through the wall and seeps through the cracks.
He's not gonna do anything, but just for flavor reasons, I'm gonna run towards her. no, and try to like tackle her or something. But by the time I get there, she's gone.
Yeah, so you like run up to the wall and just like basically beat your fists into it as she disappears through it. Then, one last time, whose turn is it? It was your turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think my turn just
Ended.
ended.
Okay, so then
It's my turn.
it's Locke's turn.
Or no, I think Ulthion just went and healed Locke, and then it was the top of the initiative.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's
so
when
you're-
she
okay,
got
so-
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
things.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
where
so
we're at.
alright, so I'm in the right spot then.
Yeah.
So you see the Banshee like peer through the walls and you catch eyes on it, and it looks like it's just about to scream. Its like mouth widens and you see these just jagged teeth, and then it just vanishes and disappears back into the wall. And then you all hear a disembodied voice just kind of through the chamber. Don't worry. She'll be waiting for you at the Tower of Fell Bats.
Great.
And then all the other wraiths and specters just kind of fall down, disappear, retract back into the walls. And those few nobles and individuals who survived kind of begin to gather themselves and like stand up, and the lights in the room, flames come back on.
I'll dismiss my spirit guardians to chase after those wraiths and specters. Hopefully they catch them
Gotcha.
someday. An eternal battle.
So I turn over onto my back, Ulthion there standing over me.
Yes.
I suppose you saved me.
Not I, but the Seldarine, of course.
Well, you can thank them for me.
I'll reach my hand down for you.
I'm very heavy. I mostly push
I
myself.
I
up.
keep my face nice and
Yeah.
calm. Even though I'm clearly straining.
Yeah.
Then I'll go slump against a wall, unbuckle my my breastplate, and kind of reach my hand inside and feel where the wraith had kind of spectrally tore into my chest, and I'll just push a cure wounds into the wound. I'll heal myself a little
Neato.
bit. So I am not doing okay.
Yeah, I'll walk back over to
35 hit points.
Ulthion and Locke and sit down on the floor next to them.
Are you hurt?
Yeah. But it's fine. There was a witch in the corner. She brought all of these things here. I'm not sure why, but she's the one that has the invitation to that party my father will be at.
So she was coming here for you?
I guess so. I'm not. I mean, it sounded like she wanted to kill me. I'm not sure why she would leave when we were clearly not doing so well.
We would maybe doing better than you thought. And I'll reach forward and heal you too. 27 hit points.
Sweet, thank you.
Burning through those slots. The Lady Ravencroft, we still need to find her and make sure she's okay.
True, that's a good idea.
How are you looking?
So one of the guards who survived the attack kind of gets up and comes over to you. Tries to kind of assist in some way with like moving you, but he's not quite really sure if he could even help. But he just offers, like, hands out like basically a flask. It looks like you could use this. Anybody?
I reach into the bag of holding and kind of grab a potion and hand it up to you. That'd be a superior potion of healing.
Woohoo! I will drink that. Who made this potion? What's it taste like?
I didn't write that, you know. Sorry.
We can ask him what the months of the.
It's a
Calendar
chat
art?
potion.
I don't.
So it tastes
Locke
like
wouldn't
love,
even know how
care,
to describe taste.
enjoy.
It
To you.
tastes like it's a chat potion.
And he's like, I don't even know what taste is, dude. I'm a robot.
Yeah.
I am a robot.
Rubit.
What is this? 8d4.
I'll
plus
say
8?
good of time as any, I guess. And I'll reach up and grab the flask that the guard offered us and take a swig and
Also,
probably wince and cough a lot because I'm.
Oh, it's strong stuff for you, huh? I mean, you do look pretty young. You're not used to it.
No, I am not. But
Either way,
gotta
why?
start eventually.
He's like, I don't understand. Who was that? Was it somebody impersonating
Excuse me.
Ravencroft's court wizard? Who was it? I don't understand. Isambard's been giving the family advice for generations.
some things.
I
pull another potion out of the bag and hand it to Katerina. It's just a regular potion of healing.
I'll be all right, but thank
I
you.
don't understand. These creatures too. I mean, I guess if Isambard was the one who set the protections in the runes, and he immediately goes, "The lady," and he just drops his stuff and begins running up towards the stairs,
Goddamn right.
and grabs a couple of the other guards who had survived the attack and heads up.
2d4 plus 2.
Feeling pretty good after that potion. I'm gonna follow them.
Yeah, I'll get up and follow too.
Locke, what are you doing?
I just drank me a potion of healing, and I'm gonna follow them.
All right, cool. So the three of you kind of rush up the stairs, up to the next story, around the corner, pass down a lengthy hallway towards the primary chambers or residence of Lady Ravencroft. And the guard hits the door, and he's like trying to get it to open, and it won't open. And he's just pounding on the door, just bam, 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 and he's just like yelling, "Lady, my lady, are you in there? Are you safe?"
Stand back.
Mm.
I'll thunderwave the door.
He just moves.
Could have cast knock, but okay.
So Thunderwave just kind of goes down the corridor and kind of shatters some of the stone and brick along the way from the point of casting, and then eventually hits the door and splinters it, sending fragments like into the room. You first see the room, and there, right in the room on the other side, is Lady Ravencroft and about 5 other people. And she just immediately like stands up. She's like, why my door?
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I believe the wards protected us from the worst of it. Some of those things did try to come in, but they couldn't get past the protection.
That's good at least.
How's everybody downstairs?
Mostly alive.
Mostly would be an adequate response, yes.
What were those? They were far too more aggressive to just be the roaming ghosts of those who've passed.
I believe they were summoned by a witch somewhere nearby.
Which I don't have any.
Where's
I
your
don't
court
believe-
wizard?
I mean, Isambard was, I believe, here at the party. Why is Isambard dead? Did something happen to him?
I believe that this witch may have been masquerading as this court wizard of yours.
No, that can't be. That doesn't make any sense.
Was he ever missing for some time?
No, I don't believe so.
Gone away?
No, I don't think so. Takes annual trips to the market and to Vanheim, just like anybody else does.
Did he ever start acting differently?
I don't believe so, no. I've known him since I was a small child. He's been this way ever since. He
What do you-
mentored myself and my brother. Like, I don't understand.
What do you know of the Tower of Bats?
The Tower of Fell Bats?
Yes.
Some name for a gaudy old ruin where the Fell Bats tend to culminate and almost thrive from, I believe.
Where is
The
it?
Blood Hunters have failed to dislodge them for years. There's too many of them.
Where is this tower? Is it nearby?
Through the Crone Wood on the other side of... miles from here out, honestly. It'd be on the other side of the Crone Wood, east from here. In order to get there, you would have to travel down the Brayfield Run and cut up through basically all the abandoned territory that is under the control of the vampires. And then that should take you to the Tower of Fell Bats.
Well, that is where your assailant came from.
So the assailant impersonated Isambard, and
I believe that is
so
the
is
case.
Isambard here in the keep?
Possibly.
We can't know whether or not Isambard is missing or just temporarily replaced, if he was taken or if he's been this witch the entire time.
So she looks honestly flustered, and she, just lowers her like her brow, and she's like looking at the ground, trying to figure out what's going on. She just walks over to the window that kind of overlooks the courtyard, and just stands at it. I'm gonna have the blood hunters search for Isambard, and she calls over the guard. Guard, come here. And he comes inside, gives a little nod. Gather the rest of the remaining troops, pull in some of the conscripts, pull the soldiers off of the streets. I need this keep searched in and out. Go through the dungeon. Find Isambard. And thoroughly check his residence inside the castle.
Well,
And he says, yes, my lady. Just leaves.
Lady Ravencroft, we are glad we were here to stop this before it got even worse, but as we were leaving before this began, I feel that we should do so now as well.
I mean, yes, it's none of your business. I'm not necessarily sure why this has happened, or... I mean, it does feel very similar to what happened to my brother, though. It seems the ward failed us then, as well, and that Wraith entered his chamber and killed him.
How long ago was this?
Month and a half or so.
We do have reason to believe that she's a very powerful magic user. She could have
What do
been
you mean,
putting
who's
on this
she?
charade.
You said it was Isambard, right?
No.
It looked like him,
It was a witch in the guise of Isambard.
but you know who this witch is. If you know who this witch is, and this happened because you came to my keep, I do find it well within the realm of your business.
I don't
To
remember
settle
anybody
it.
inferring that at all. We plan to settle it because we don't leave these things left undone,
Well,
just like south in Brayfield.
good to know. Well, if you find out the truth of what happened to Isambard, I'll pay you handsomely for uncovering it. Traitor or not, or impersonator, if you find him and he's safe, I'll pay you for it. And she calls over one of the individuals. Like, what do you think we could maybe 8,000-9,000 gold? What do you think the city can spare? And he goes, without the deployment of the army, a great deal, I believe, my lady. The treasury's pretty full. Your father managed it well. It's like, fine. 10,000 gold. If you find out what happened to him, and deal with this impersonator. And I'll even throw in some land and a manor if you manage to clear the Tower of Fell Bats and rid us of those beasts once and for all.
If it can be done, it likely will.
And if we find your wizard, I don't think that we need the money as much as Brayfield needs your military assistance.
We already had this conversation. Do we really have to have it again?
Well, now we have a little more to bargain with.
Do you?
If you're willing to give us 10,000 gold anyways.
Either you or pay the blood hunters, either way. You're not the only adventurers within the region.
We'll find
I
it.
assume you'd be personally invested in whoever attacked you. They didn't just attack me, they attacked you as well.
That's coincidental. What if we hadn't visited you tonight?
I guess we'll never know. Only Parathor knows. Maybe I'll go and ask him. Look, it's a hefty sum of gold. You can take care of it. You're obviously interested in it anyways. Just take it.
Well, we're not going to leave this undone, as I said, and if there's a reward, of course we'll collect. If we are done wasting the lady's time, we can always apply that reward towards Brayfield. Mercenaries can be hired.
If we find your wizard or what has become of him, we'll be sure to bring word back to you.
So we agree then. 10,000 gold. Upon finding out whether or not Isambard is deceased, betrayed me, not who says he is, either way. And then land and minor title in here if you clear the Tower of Bats of creatures or find a way to do so, or at the very minimum disperse them so that it takes them months to come back. It would be a much needed break for those traveling the Brayfield run and for troops moving that direction anyways.
Sounds like a strategic option, either way.
If we make our way in that direction, we can send word to you of that as well. Shall we?
We shall.
Right, yeah, I'll start heading out.
Here. On your way out, speak to one of the guards. Take one of my seals with you. It should get you through our lands without any issue. No one will bother you, except possibly inquisitors. I know that there's some around in my business and everybody's business at the moment.
Yes, well, we have the Inquisitor's seal. Might as well add yours to the mix.
I see.
Good day.
Okay. Hold the hand out for the seal.
So she takes it off, goes, well, the ring will do just as fine. I don't have the actual seal on me at the moment, and puts it in your hand. I'll be expecting that back, though. That belonged to my father.
I just put it on.
All right, let's go. Okay, let's go back to the tavern, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty late. Good news is we can leave for Valheim sooner. Vanheim.
Yeah. So to go to the Tower of Felbats, we have to go back down to Brayfield and then go up?
East.
Okay.
Or just cross the Crone Woods.
Yeah, or go straight through
Or go-
what is considered the most dangerous woods in Bravadas.
Well, we gotta save time.
In Midheim.
Midheim, fair enough.
The Black Forest was probably considered the most dangerous in Bravadas. Trollocs. Lots.
Trollocs.
And
easy.
hobgoblins.
They're a problem.
Alright, so you all gonna leave then?
Mhm.
And head
Yeah.
back to the Blessed Herd?
Gather our gear on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget your
So
stuff.
as you head downstairs, most of the people, a few of them come up to you and they're like, "Listen, I don't have much on me because I don't bring a great deal of valuables with me to these little soirees." But he's like, "I'm a merchant here in town and a procurer of individual goods. I'm on business at the moment, but if you come to me in Conewald, I can maybe get you a fitting reward for saving my life."
Well, I'll never pass up a chance to do business with a merchant, but
I am duly grateful. I'm not really familiar with these things, and this is very strange to me. Conewald is a much different place. The Reichland itself is much safer, and they don't have these issues.
I must be honest, your life is reward enough for me. I'm glad that you are still among us.
Yeah, thank Parathor for that, and Taiki and any of the other gods, whoever's responsible.
What's your name? We can look you up if we ever
Navek.
are there that
Mhm.
way.
Vivek of Conewald.
Navek Olfant of Conewald.
Well met.
Yes, well met. Either way, I won't take up too much more of your time. You seem like you're in a hurry. I'll try to find a fitting reward and figure it out. See what my wares are other merchants have brought into me. Sometimes magic items come in, sometimes they don't. Capable of procuring quite a bit, but I won't know for sure until I get back to Conewald. But if you're ever in the capital, make sure to stop by and see me. Should be easy enough to find. I'm not... Sorry, that was a little braggadocious. I'm not that important, but I'm well known enough as it is around the merchant district. I do good business.
Well, we are grateful for your generosity.
All right. Thank you. He steps aside for a moment. After he does, a well-dressed lady with this her hair used to be like up and it's obviously disheveled now from running and fleeing. She comes up. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, and I don't normally talk to people of your sorts, but my name is Reyesa. I have a small bit of land here that I inherited from my late husband who passed last season. I don't have much, but I can maybe give you these. And she takes this necklace off that has these gems in it. It should fetch you maybe 500 or 600 gold pieces on the market if you find someone who knows anything about rare gems. It's all I have on me tonight, though. But it would be rude to not pay you for saving us, because I know that's not why you were here. You were obviously here to see Lady Ravencroft.
I could perhaps find use of that necklace if neither of you would like to lay claim to it.
No, I don't need it.
Please.
Thank you. I'll take the necklace gracefully and pocket it. Spell components? Yeah. Here's your little revive spell. No. That sounds like here's your spell component.
But, yes, good luck on your adventures then.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all, and she gives like a curtsy. Like a slight bow. Actually fairly deep one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're very happy that you're all right.
I give great blood elven respect as well by doing this.
Sounds legit. Yeah, so, one of the guards on the way out, the one that went upstairs with you, just... Thank you for being here. I'm sure myself and most of the other men would have probably died. But I got word that the Blood Hunters should be arriving here soon, so if there's anything else left here, they should be able to clean it out, and I'm sure they'll expect awards in the protective circles and try to figure out what happened.
Excellent. We're more than happy to help where we can.
Right, well, be safe on your journeys. Mary and Parathor watch over you.
And you as well.
So you leave the keep and the castle behind you and pass through the walls, the gates, into the city streets. Which early in the evening is still pretty crowded. The rest of the city, it seemingly is totally unaware of the events that transpired within the castle itself. And it will probably stay that way, unless you all go out and advertise it. But, exhausted and drained, you head back into the Blessed Hearth.
I have one stop to make.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can go there. I have somewhere to go before I go to bed, though.
Okay. You head into the Blessed Hearth and kind of just take a seat at one of the empty tables. And used to you already, they come up and immediately just like serve you your regular drinks and meals. And just kind of leave you be. So with the fire kind of crackling off the side and popping, you just have a moment to yourselves.
That was quite unexpected.
That, I could not think of a better word to describe how that went.
Locke, how are you? You've been particularly quiet.
I think I saw my own soul. It's unnerving.
And why would that be? Were you unaware you had one?
No. But you don't like to see it outside, do you?
Most people wear their souls as their first layer.
Mine is deeply encased in armor.
Fair enough.
Well, we now have undeniable proof that it exists.
Fair. Surprising how often I get accused of not having one.
Yes, well, maybe you should work on that. I'm told I need to be less abrasive.
I don't know what you mean.
Abrasive is a
No, I
word
meant
that-
about me. You, that's definitely true.
Noted.
It's also alright to smile once in a while.
I did.
Don't know how I didn't notice.
Yes, well, human eyes aren't quite as well defined as elven eyes.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, I think I'm tired.
Really?
Fascinating. Well, I have heard that sometimes one can be so tired that they feel it in their soul. Perhaps your soul needs rest.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm certainly feeling it too, but I didn't know that you could.
Neither did I.
Can you run tirelessly?
More or less. I
If you
can.
started sprinting now, you wouldn't have to stop past Suwan.
Never tried. That's not exactly true. The metal acts. It has properties like flesh. It heals and mends itself. Perhaps it can be strained as well, but I don't sleep. I've no need for it. I don't breathe, eat, drink. Who knows? I've never really felt a lot of the sensation that is described. I can feel because of the utility of something like that, but I don't really experience pain or exhaustion, or at least I don't think so, but I do feel something now, like it's a haze in my thoughts, and slowness in the movements.
What do you think would have happened had that spectre managed to wrest you of your soul?
I suppose I would have died like anything else.
But what do you think would have happened to your soul?
I suppose it would have been the same as what would happen to your soul if the same thing had happened. It's devoured. Whatever happens when a spirit like that takes it.
Generally, when a wraith or spectre takes the soul of a living creature, it creates more of its own kind.
Who knows? If my soul is a construction or comes from something else, maybe it would take a new form. Or maybe it would be some lesser undead, a will-o-wisp of sorts.
Or greater?
Or greater. I'd like to think so, but from the way that I've been interacted with most humans and other races, they give me the impression they believe my soul is diminished by whatever it is that it is now. Not that I've ever sought any counsel on it. I have enough things to think about and try and learn without also trying to learn the nature of my existence. I should like to focus on my life, not my afterlife.
Fair. Speaking of focusing on the here and now, so to speak, Katarina, what came over you, that spell you cast, that transformation, was different than last time. It was wholly good. There was something like a higher power about it. I don't know if you could feel a difference, but it was emanating from you like a wave of radiance.
guess I didn't notice. But it felt different to you than the last time.
Yes, it may have been a bit unnerving, but it was also comforting. Unnerving in the way that, being in the presence of a deity or an angel or something, I felt reinforced the second you did it.
Good. I don't know. I guess it felt the same to me, but I think I've only used it when I felt that we were in great peril. And that seemed like a good time.
Amusingly enough, I imagine we're going to be in much more common events of great peril. But I have to be honest, I'll feel good knowing that you're capable of that at every turn.
We're a capable bunch. But I do try my best to use all the power I've got to help my friends.
Some of us are a capable bunch. I still don't quite understand the appeal of having the Goliath around.
He can take a hit much better than Locke or I can.
You know what, now that I think about it, would have been nice having him here for that.
He's emotional, and he's difficult. But he's not a fool as much as he likes to think he is sometimes. Or as much as he acts like it sometimes. But if you sit him down and think and talk, and he's capable, he's just years of that, whatever his tribe taught him, he's obsessed with a single path.
Do you ever feel like maybe he's hiding behind the fact that most people will assume he's some uneducated savage?
Often.
He catches on to far more than he pretends he doesn't.
Yes. It's a shield.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm just going to run to my room for a minute. I'm gonna get up and leave the table and go upstairs.
Would you like me to order you something?
Some tea would be wonderful.
Excellent.
Okay. So you run upstairs and open the room and head over towards your pack, your shoulder bag. And coming from it, you can hear very gently Aramis calling out to you.
Hell yeah.
What is it?
So then your hound pops out as well, kind of sneaks out from underneath the bed and takes corporeal form in the room. And Aramis says, Katerina, you're all in danger. Something has attached itself to all of you and followed you here from the keep. Quickly, downstairs. Take me.
All right. I'll sprint back downstairs.
Do it.
So as you run downstairs,
Do it.
Everybody is like sitting there enjoying themselves, and you see Locke and Ulthion like in this spirited back and forth debate about like the nature of like souls and what it means to go there, and they're just basically picking up right where they were when you left before you left. But everything is kind of slow, and then kind of begins to almost kind of gray out, sort of, and everybody's reacting just in this very, very slow motion. And then just like at the keep, the candlelight in the rooms all gets snuffed out, and you immediately see your breath and the breath of everybody else. And Ulthion and Locke and everybody else in the chamber look confused and are looking around. And Ulthion stands up and Locke moves. But it's already too late as you see the specters come out of the walls and start rushing straight towards them. And there is no time whatsoever as they look like they were about to rip your compatriots apart. And you can already see like their essence being pulled from them as they're trying to react to these things coming forward.
Mm-hmm.
And Aramis just tells you, draw on the power you can control and banish them. You're the only person who can save everybody in here at this moment. Take what you've learned from gleaming into the Malfactory and apply it. And then there's like a shift in magical energy that comes from it as it begins to light up,
Uh-huh.
leaving you only moments to react.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of go with whatever my gut is telling me. And I'm going to raise the orb up into the air. And oh gosh. And you guys will hear in like a booming voice. I'm gonna say, return from where you came from. This isn't the place for you. This place is protected. I'm just gonna do whatever my body tells me to do.
Yeah, gotcha. So you raise it up, and the Malfactory begins to like almost hum and shake, and the undead wraith that had tracked you here and followed you turn and see the Malfactory and hear the words coming out of you, and they kind of just immediately stop what they're doing and they retract. And then there's this black energy, this dark mass of like a magic that kind of just envelops them, and then just with a scream, they are yanked out of the material plane. Poof, gone. And the room is just dark.
I'm gonna start looking around and see if anybody looks hurt, or if
I'm gonna use Presto to relight the candles and torches.
Mm-hmm. So they pop back on. Little flames, one at a time, just. It's the people in the room are like, what was that? A little bit of panic, but it's very low, just kind of like mumbling between some of the patrons and the owners.
Well done, Katarina.
is anybody hurt? Yeah, I'm gonna look around and see if any of the other patrons have, if anything bad has happened to them.
No, everybody seems fine. Just looking around the room, everyone seems fine. Make me a religion check real quick, Ulthion.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
21.
Ooh, 21, that's high.
What?
Was it that? I look at the orb in your hand.
So, you've heard of this, that it's possible, but sometimes when malicious souls find something that they really want, they can latch onto that life force and basically just, they'll follow it to wherever it goes. So at some point in time, when you thought you had defeated everything, some of these wraiths had probably slunk into the shadows and followed you down the streets through the houses, and were waiting for an opportune time to basically get revenge for being stopped from consuming life essence, and we're looking to finish that. Only something really powerful, like magically inclined or a life force that seems really attracted to them for some reason, is capable of doing that. And it's pretty rare, but it can happen.
They were following us. We were still being hunted. Apologies, I should have placed wards and handled this sooner. How did you do what you did? That's strikingly similar to what I can do, but very different.
I honestly don't know.
It's incredible.
Did you cast a spell? Channel any of your own energy?
I felt nothing.
Exactly.
Yes, Aramis told me that we were in danger, and I just... It was instinctual, almost.
Aramis, the malfactory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he can hear us, then thank him. You've quite the menagerie of unseen individuals that you speak to.
I suppose now that you mention it... yeah, he told me to just embrace it, use the magic that I had, and it was just instinctual. I didn't know what else to do, and we were running out of time.
That was... Well, you saved our lives. We weren't ready for that.
Very likely true. I don't think we could have gone another round.
Thank you, Katarina.
My pleasure.
Saved our lives twice, I think. Just tonight.
Yes, we should probably stop keeping track of lives being saved.
We'd have to count everyone in the bar. It's too many.
True.
And most of them, I think, are leaving.
And
Understandable.
now I'm really exhausted.
Are you okay?
Yes. I feel tired, but I feel good.
I'm
I'm sure.
confused.
I'm sure the malfactor Aramis, you said its name was,
Mm-hmm.
is more than willing to teach you what you want to know. But if you ever have questions, I'd like to be here to help you. Because whatever that was, it was fantastic. And I can't stop myself from being more than a little curious.
I value input from each of you. I think all of our magics obviously work very differently, but I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle.
I think you are. It's quite unique and unsettling, but also that originality might be exactly what we need to accomplish what we still have ahead of us.
Nothing wrong with that.
Speaking of, do we plan to go get Trin and Godric before going to the tower?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Yes.
We'll see what that summons from the Inquisitors was all about, or whatever it was.
Hopefully, let's say. It's a good idea. Hopefully they're...
Hopefully it's not another thing to divide our attentions.
Well,
We can't save the whole damn world.
sure we can.
But only from one thing at a time.
Well, I don't think your tea's arriving. The
Yeah.
servant just left.
That's fair. He deserves some time off.
Probably.
So the innkeep, the one that you've been dealing with the most, kind of the nicer thin lady comes over. She's just like, I don't know who you are, or why you did what you did, but you don't have to pay to stay in here for the rest of your stay. Just thank you for stopping whatever happened.
If you don't mind, I think we'd rather you continue running up the tab. It's on the Inquisitors, after all.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna... You're good. Yeah, we don't need to put it on the Inquisition or impose this on anybody else. This is... We'll take care of this for you. And,
That's
well, I mean, you
gracious.
already paid enough anyways.
That is very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I could quite put an exact price on being alive, after seeing what just happened, and I don't quite really understand it, but I could definitely give you room and board for free. That's within my power. Because I could never do something like banish spirits with the chanting of a few words.
I mean, no offense, but no. Almost no one can do something like that.
I've only seen Inquisitors and Paladins do such things before.
Well, I'm certainly none of that. But I'm glad everyone's alright. I'm certainly glad you're alright. This tavern is wonderful.
Thank you. It's taken a lot of time to refurbish and get going, but we do as we can. We get by. I think being very close to the western gate helps us quite a bit with traffic from Vanheim.
This is comfortable living, that is for sure.
Are you able to contact our friends?
I could send a message, yes. I'll do so before I turn in for the night, I suppose. I have one more order of business. You're welcome to join me if you want, but it's nothing serious. Just a small stroll.
Well, you should let them know and keep them wary, just in case.
Sure. But with that, I think I'll retire. I have that errand and then bed for me. We should get up as early as we can for catching up with the rest of them.
Agreed.
I'll prepare the horses before you guys wake. I'll have them ready by the sunrise.
My horse isn't here.
Oh. Well, do we have
Someone borrowed it.
Well, I could go get one. I'll have several hours before you all wake. I suppose maybe not you. You don't need sleep either. But if you want to actually get some sleep tonight, I think it'd do you some good.
I plan to rest longer than usual tonight.
The skin under your eyes is getting very droopy.
That's impossible.
I know, it's unusual to see in an elf.
Shouldn't happen for another 200-300 years.
Well,
No, I'm fine.
I've heard legends that ghosts can age you and do other things, and maybe that's happened. You look like you've lost centuries.
Yeah, that could very well be just listening to a single conversation between Burrup and Godric too, though.
Well, I hope they're getting along.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Fast friends.
Tren and Burrup, on the other hand, that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Luckily, Godric is big enough to stop them from getting in any...
True, as long as
Fights
Misha
or-
doesn't side with Burrup, not even Godric could outpower her.
Misha is a small fox, correct?
You're asking if Misha is a small fox? She's actually a bit above average in size for most foxes of her genus.
Ah.
Yes.
Above average. Very formidable then.
Yes. I don't understand if you're patronizing me, but it doesn't sit well with you.
I'll leave it to you then.
What does that mean?
It was a joke about you being patronizing.
I would never patronize someone. If they deserve to be corrected, I correct them immediately. Anyway, I have things to do, and I feel like you're trying to insult me on
He
purpose, and I'm
just
too tired for
corrected
this.
you immediately. Stunning.
Just jokes between friends is all.
Ah. Yeah, if we're to stop playing jokes on each other, I have some jokes to play.
Do all of your jokes take centuries?
No, absolutely not.
Just the best ones, I imagine.
No, I'm not always a master of the long con. I prefer more, expeditious jokes. You know, something that takes maybe weeks or months to come to fruition.
Right, like a normal joke.
Right. Well, I'm off. I'll stand up and pull my hood up over my head and push the chair in. Please, if you need anything, use your magic brain thing.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that.
And I leave before you can cast it on me.
I'll probably just make some loud noise, thunder, lightning, that sort of thing.
Yep, thunder dangerous. As I walk out the door.
I'm sure you're okay.
Yes. How are you?
It's unusual, but fine. Get some rest. I'll keep an eye out. I'll stay down here.
Wonderful. I am going to retire. Good night, Locke.
Good night.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs to my room.
Gotcha.
I just take a seat on the bench. Take out my book. And start flipping through the pages.
Gotcha.
I'll lay down. I'll put the orb on like the nightstand. Thanks for the heads up, by the way.
Doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Your hound climbs up onto the bed with you and lays at the bottom of the bed, the edge. Just yawns and puts its head down.
Yeah, I'll go to sleep.
All right, Ulthion.
I just want to, I never did track one down, so I'd just like to ask. It's probably pretty, not super late, but late, right?
I mean, it's dark. It's
Right.
still pretty early in the night overall.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'd like to, I'll find an agreeable looking passerby and see if I can find the location of an elven, like shrine or an altar or something. Probably isn't anything large in a human city, but maybe I can find something.
Just gonna grab some person?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you find this kind of like, more or less just regularly disheveled person, after a long day of work,
Just go out through the front door.
farming and stuff.
Where are you headed?
What?
Where are you headed?
I'm looking for an elven shrine.
Okay. Just message if you need anything.
I will.
We were attacked twice tonight.
I won't be attacked a third time.
Well, I can personally tell you, lightning strikes wherever I point it, so the gods can do the same.
Don't point it at me.
Just be careful, that's all. Alright?
Will do.
Have a good night.
Yeah, so you walk into the street and grab this older gentleman who kind of you describe what you're looking for, and he's kind of just like, oh, I think most of the your type, your kind, I think there's some fountain or something that they go to in the scholarly quarter.
The scholarly quarter. A
I think
fountain.
so, yes.
Thank you. That seemed very difficult for you for some reason.
Well, I mean, I've had a couple of drinks, so
Oh, well.
yeah.
Take this, and I'll just pull out a gold coin and hand it to him.
He goes, oh, I'm going back. And then he turns around and
Of course he did. Towards the scholarly quarter.
Okay.
I have been there before.
So as far as you recall, there is no like fountain in the area that you're familiar with. But you've never fully explored much of the space outside of directly going to the Scholar Academia and taking that pathway. Like just this cursory glance, taking in the surroundings a little bit better, you see that there is like a set of trees, probably like a garden or something that's out back. You can kind of see them coming over the top of the building. And so you navigate your way up a couple of sets of steps and down a pathway around the back of the building, which takes you to this nice little garden with this like outcropping of just like trees and some rocks. And in the center, there's this very thin, what somebody who's unfamiliar with might mistake for a fountain. Because there is a bit water in like this base in the pool, but it's really small. It's not what you would think would be a fountain. And it is like standing right in the middle is this kind of statue of, just in general, it's the, I'm trying to think what the right word would be, the representation of like the emblem representation of the Seldarine, like on it. And it's not really large, but it's definitely large enough to get it all on there. This kind of just this front facing singular slab of like elf stone. And you can see that there are like little givings and fruit and some other stuff that's just kind of been like left there at the base of it. And it's not working tonight, but you can see that in the traditional sense of like the way that the moon elves worship, when you look up from this piece of elf stone, there's like a circular space like up in the trees where the branches are kind of weaved into the circle to create this open spot for the moonlight to come through when the moon is out. Since even over Glorendel, most of the time the moon elves tend to worship Sen.
Sure. So the moon is out tonight. It's just kind of overcast, or
yeah, it's overcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go to the little altar there. I'll kneel down, and take out that necklace and place it in an offering bowl. Urup said that I had been slacking on my prayers, and I have been. So blessed be Sehanine, for she lights the path as Glorendel rests. I've been lost, confused. I find myself getting angrier and angrier the farther I get from Eridor. And these people don't deserve my ire. They live such rough and dangerous lives. And I don't know what I should be doing right now. I came here on my own quest, and now I've been swept up with these unlikely yet extremely effective heroes. Sehanine, if you are listening tonight, as I'll look up at the moon, I sorely need your guidance. Please take this offering, do with it as you will, and know that everything awarded to me while in the service of the Seldarine is rightfully yours. Blessed be Glorendel as he lights the day, and Sehanine lights the night. Blessed be Kelvandria as she guides our path through the wilds, and blessed be Alatrari for the justice and vengeance that we must do upon our enemies. I am yours to command, as always. Sit there and meditate for probably not long, like 2 hours.
Okay. Some time seems to pass without much happening. But after about 2 hours or so, a couple of late night kind of songbirds kind of land on the fountain. And there's like a gentle breeze that kind of blows through the shrine. And you hear the voice of someone that you've not heard in centuries. And it's a stern yet soft female elven voice. And you kind of feel yourself getting warm. Like there's almost like there should be a light on you, but there's not. And it smells like Eridor during the spring. And you recognize all of the scents, all of the wildflowers, and very specifically, the presence very feels like you're outside of the Grand Temple of Alatrari. And as long as you keep your eyes closed, you feel like you're standing there, in that place. The last time that you heard this voice. And you don't feel anything outside of that that would let you know that what time it is, but it feels much like a remembrance. But it's only a mirror of that remembrance. It's not through your dreaming. This is something else. And the voice says, Ulthion, why is it that you have ever felt any ire for the people that you should protect? Why would you worry about how human customs and human peoples treat you or think of you on your mission, on your path? I didn't train you to worry about what those around you might feel about your divine presence. Alatrari provides and protects much the same as the other deities. They all have their own place. The greater pantheon has a role to play. So I'm glad that you've reached out to us and reached out to me. So through the visage of your mentor, discuss with me what is truly troubling you. What is it that evades your understanding, that evades your knowledge of the pantheon, of the greater forces, our roles in the world, and what yours is? And it's in that moment that you realize that you're talking to Saria. And you kind of open your eyes, and she's just sitting, like kneeling in front of you. And she just taps you on the head. Your old mentor, whose glaive you inherited.
Whose cloak I wear.
Mm-hmm.
It is so heartwarming to see this face. I am humbled by your questions. I don't know why I feel this ire. it weighs heavily. I can only surmise that it may be that these people, in the face of what could be the ending of their world, go about their lives. They doubt, they deny, and they live meaningless. And yet, every elf on Eredor knows that our land is being destroyed as it's ripped into the devastation, that our once immortal lives are short, and that if it's not the Dark Elves, it's the sheer destruction of what was once a jewel of Terrowyn. I worry for the mortals, for the humans, for the others. I worry that they're going to experience the same fate we have and will have, because they are too short-sighted to learn from others' mistakes. It makes me angry.
So she just kind of stands up, looking down at you. I always warned you that at some point you would come into conflict with the rest of the world, holding so tightly on to the old ways. Yes, the grim folly of the elves and our fall from grace and power weighs heavily on our people on Eredor, and we hope to do better to make right in the future. But our time has long passed from this world. I've said it many a times. Regardless of whatever prophecies are said, our time here will pass eventually. And humanity, underneath the guidance of the greater pantheon, will take place. It will take precedent over the way that we want the world to be. It will be shaped in their eyes, their images, their cultures and customs, as much of it already is. Humans, to their benefit and also to their folly, see things in such short term. The same worries we have aren't theirs. None of the humans alive today know of the dangers that await them. None of them can truly understand the dangers that the dragons pose to their world. Many of them have never even seen a dragon. Their stories, passed on to scare children in their rooms. Speak not the dragon's name, and he shall come and take your toys from you. Many humans don't even believe that dragons exist.
And yet we regularly supped with them.
As the Metallic Council is friends of ours. We know different. It's our duty as long as we can to look out for them. Which is why they don't deserve our ire, our resentment, or our anger. We just need to learn to understand they are not capable of seeing things the way that we can, the way that we have. But it's only because of our long-lived lives that we can provide this perspective. Perspective that isn't available to them. You were sent there to guide, to mentor, to teach, to protect, and to hopefully someday, like many lawmasters before you, servants of Alatrari, find the one that will unite our lands and bring us all together again.
What you speak is the truth, and it is humbling. I beg the forgiveness of the Seldarine and of you, of course, Soraya. I have not upheld my duties and my oaths, and I will redouble my efforts, of course. I thank you for this.
I feel you have become lost in vengeance, is the issue. Alatrari has many sides.
Yes.
Focus on the law, and the lore in the lands, and teaching and mentoring. Let vengeance go for a short time. It seems to consume a great deal of your mind, as well as worry over your compatriot Katarina.
It does. Do I fear for her corruption. I fear that she may walk a dangerous path, and if I am here to mentor, then am I not here to keep her from that path? Perhaps I feel too entitled and, I don't know, self-involved. Maybe it's not my duty to do so, but simply to be there if she is to fall, to catch her.
So Sarai kind of leans over and lowers a hand to you to stand you up. And she puts her hands on your shoulders. You do not have the power to right or course correct the direction of the greater gods. It is your duty to mentor and guide and be supportive in these times, these trying times. Help humans understand that they are not alone in the world, that Eredor can and is capable of assisting them in the coming conflicts. All deities have their place in the pantheon. They all have their place, their role to play. Hecate is maniacal and selfish, but inherently dangerous? I wouldn't say so. Does she bring out some of the worst aspects in most people she's involved with? She can. Does she do so out of malice? Possibly. But Katerina is a pure individual, someone of strong character and will.
She is.
She is capable of protecting herself, especially if you are there to support her and guide her. You've already told her of the folly, the possibility of falling to the sway of darker callings. Allow her to find her way. Allow the other gods to have their dominions. It all comes together. The only one who sees the end is the Veiled Queen. She's not telling.
I don't know that I'd want to ask her.
Focus on the law. Focus on the other aspects of Alatrari and the other aspects of the greater Seldarine. You are a devout follower of Alatrari, and you always have been, much as I was. But Glorendel, Sehanine, Kelvandria, and all the others have their places as well. Look to their aspects for guidance. Look to Sehanine for protection in lands that are unfamiliar, lands that are dangerous, like the ones you are currently in, and she will provide. Even look to Parathor for protection and guidance and understanding. And you may find some answers, or some peace at the very minimum. Your strong heart and strong will and your connection to Alatrari is powerful, and it's one of your most valuable assets. But it doesn't always have to be the hammer at which you throw at everything that you come across, Ulthion.
You make me sound like Godric. But you're not wrong.
You are a gentle individual. Being far from home is hard, especially a life that you've only known. And life in Eredor isn't any easier at the moment. You can't worry about what the Keldrith Empire and our kin will do in your absence. You can't stop them. You can't be there. You can't let that weigh on you. The task at hand is Takesis, the danger she poses. The task at hand is the Shadowfell and protecting your friend when she goes to find answers.
I am afraid I will not be able to call upon Seldarine in the Shadowfell. That maybe even Glorendel's light won't reach that far, and yet I willingly travel with her, with my friends.
So she pulls down her hands and she kind of puts her hands in front of you, and there's this bit of emanating light that shows up between her hands. Today was a test of will and faith to keep the light in the darkest places. Midheim is filled with darkness. The lands are corrupted. but not all the rest of the world is such a way. Maybe because of the path that you have been on, so concerned with Alatari. Again, the hammer. A different focus and a different tact might be needed. Powerful magic worked alongside the wizard today that stopped your magic. The hand of a much more powerful unseen force was at work. Possibly Hecate herself.
You're right.
Your powers were stopped and snuffed. No mortal arcane spells or magic is capable of such a thing.
Of course, why didn't I see it?
Katarina's on her own path. Support her and be there for her. You're aware it's dangerous. I think her strength of character will overcome Hecate's machinations, though. Have faith in the Seldarine in the Greater Pantheon. Recognize it for what it is. Support her. And take this with you. And she just kind of gently pushes this orb of moonlight to you. And it kind of just gently falls forward towards your chest.
I'll kind of reach up and like kind of guide it towards myself.
It touches your body and it warms you as it enters. Alatrari's power isn't all powerful in all areas of the world. There's only so much that vengeance can take and war. This gift from Sehanine, whose light is always visible in the darkest of places, should make sure that you're capable of casting divine magic in places where light should not be. Again, embrace the greater Seldarine, the greater Pantheon. Power doesn't have to be drawn straight from Alatrari. It can be pulled from other places. All of the gods look after for those who are righteous, for those who do good for the world. You can be one of them too.
I am honored by this gift and by your words. Though I do not feel worthy, I am bolstered by your reward, your presence, and I thank you.
There's no need to thank me. I am at peace. I am at rest in Elysium alongside Alatrari and his grace. This gift comes from Sehanine. She has much interest in you and much interest in what we are doing. Her people are in danger. The Moon Elves, Yavalari, will be one of the first struck in an opening offensive from Takesis. Their magic, their wizards, and their power, it cannot be left unchecked. Andrakar, the Draconian armies that now move across the sea to Emrath, the coming offensive. You might not be aware, but the opening moves have already been struck, Ulthion. Imperial forces crossed the mountains into the Lindstadt Confederacy yesterday. The war is beginning. The opening chess pieces have moved. They are positioning to begin the war.
Then as the elves are in Eridor, I shall be here, a bastion of light for the waves of evil to crash against.
Your time will come. War is on the precipice. The other kingdoms will either fall or join forces. And she only needs but one item to leave Avernus. You must find the dragon's crown before her forces do. It was used to seal her. It is required to release her. When she has it, if she comes back, It would mean the beginning of an apocalypse, the likes of which Terrowyn hasn't experienced for thousands of years. And the ancient dragons are no longer strong enough to stand in front of her together. There are not enough of them. The Metallic Council is devastated.
Yes, I am mourning Bravum's passing. Thank you. Your guidance has given me such clarity. I should return to my friends.
Ulthion, you must forge the weapons needed to slay these dragons. Inside the orbs, the ancient orbs made to defeat her, lie her harbingers. She would seek to release them.
Gods.
If she finds where the orbs are, it would mean a devastating blow for resistance in the coming battle.
We will do what we can. I have put my faith in you, and you have put your faith in us. It will be done.
You must continue finding all the Dragon Knight's tombs.
Yes.
The next one lies in the ruins of Vanheim. Go to the crypts under the city. Long been hidden and buried, it has been. You must get there.
I will. Thank you.
Her forces are already nearing it. They believe it's where the dragon's crown rests. It's not. But if they get the key to Dragon's Keep and to opening the forge before you, you'll find your task that much harder. Now go. Back to the material plane. And then you wake up at the altar.
It is so hard to return to this. Yet I know what awaits me if I succeed. I'll touch my forehead to the altar, say a quiet prayer, and then head back to the Blessed Hearth.
Alright. So upon arriving at the Blessed Hearth, you see Locke deep in his book.
Pacing with mage hand holding the book in front of me. Just back and forth.
Just wizard things.
Most of the rest of the patrons have already left. It's definitely late in the night at this point. Probably past midnight.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I reach over and close your book. Katarina told me to
Very
smile more often, or something like that. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm beaming right now.
You know, the skin under your eyes, it's even lower. How did that happen?
Lower.
I'm kidding. You actually do look better.
You know what? I'll do it out loud. I'm gonna cast sending to Burrup.
Okay.
You didn't pick the guy who can communicate back?
Burrup can communicate back.
Yeah.
Um,
well, I was going to try and get you to send it.
Burrup, please tell our companions that I have the answers we have been seeking, that the Selvarine shines upon us, and that we are one day ahead of schedule. We're on our way.
Found answers?
Yes, we have been gifted the curse of knowledge.
Curse? I think
Yes.
you're confused.
Is that someplace private?
Knowledge is only useful.
Is Katarina asleep?
Yes.
Ah, well, then
We can wake her if it's important.
she should rest.
Well, then let's wait for this in the morning.
Exactly.
I'll have things ready for you when you... Like you said, are you going to sleep tonight, or will I
I
be
am
seeing
going
you
to
in-
sleep better than I have in a long time.
Fantastic.
You did good today. Pat you on the shoulder.
Thank you.
And I'll
You know,
dismiss myself while you're talking.
thank you for saving me again.
Yes, I've dismissed myself.
I do appreciate it.
I'll stop at the top of the stairs and look back down. Locke,
Mhm.
you don't need to thank me. You're my friend. You're fast becoming family. I would just
That's
as
good.
soon die myself before I let you did if I had the power to stop it. Good night.
Bless you.
So good night.
I said good night.
And I go to bed. Woo!
So right before you lay down, about 20 minutes later, Burrup messages you back. Ulthion, should we wait for you then? We're camped in this nice spot underneath a tree. It's pleasant. We can wait.
Well, yes. I'll cast the spell back. Yes. Of course. Wait. Tell Godric and Tren that we will be as fast as we can.
All right, I'll tell them when we wake up.
Good. That sounds perfect. If that works out. Why can't everybody else be as concise as Burrup is?
Good question.
They feel
I often wonder myself. All right.
It's 25 words. You gotta use them.
You gotta use them all.
Or the spell dies.
Or you cut.
You paid
cut
for
into
that
the
spell.
rest of
You
the-
need it all.
You cut into the other part of the conversation is what happens. You're like, yeah, we'll be on our way shortly. Anyway, so as I was saying, because it's got to get to the 25.
Yeah.
That Burrup guy, huh?
Yeah, it's like when you say some passive aggressive comment, like not meant for them. It's like when you hang up, you're like, fucking
Why not speakerphone?
So we can still hear you. You're still in the call.
Ooh.
I have a coworker like that, and I'm like, one day you're not gonna mute it, and you're gonna think you're muted, and you're gonna say something stupid.
Yeah. So you all lay down for a long night's well-deserved night's rest and sleep till the morning comes. Until next Friday.